Hello, imps, motherfuckers. Welcome to my stream in the after party. How did you like my song? Alright, hold on. Let me just switch a bit. Oh, what the fuck? I forgot to turn it off. Okay, there we go. Okay, I am here. So, how we doing? Oh yes, yeah, definitely BONENKAI. Please talk about the stream. Thank you. Well, you know, it's not gonna be a stream if it doesn't have any. It's not gonna be my stream if it doesn't have a little bit of scuff. I think, regardless of what I do, however I prepare, the scuff always follows me. So I guess I'm just gonna have to embrace it. I don't know. Embrace the scuff, imps. Even my mama, she was rendering my video. I was supposed to release a song yesterday, but then, you know, when she was rendering her song, the music video, her laptop broke down. So I was like, okay, let's just move it tomorrow. So, anyway, she worked really hard on it too. I'm so glad that, you know, I always pick her out for like my big music videos. Like she did King, right? She did Usewa. So I thought I should, like, you know, ask her to do my first original song, and she was really hyped to do it. So I'm so glad that she was enthusiastic about doing the song. And she really, as always, she always like puts in together like my aesthetics really well. So yeah, I always trust her work. Let me just drink my tea. Yeah. Thank you so much, imps. I mean, I just I woke up like, I don't know, 30 minutes before the launch, so I just like, yeah. I was a little bit anxious to like what do you call this? To release the song. But it's all good, it seems like. Alright, so today, actually, my producer slash friend, mentor is going to join us today for the hangout, the after party hangout. So, hold on, let me just figure out on Discord. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna put you on okay, hold on just a moment. Okay, there we go.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
chat, can you hear Hayato?
Yeah, mostly okay. I
Alright.
think it's a bit stable now, but unstable now, but it should be okay soon.
Okay, cool. Alright. Thank you so much for coming over to my stream.
Yay! This is my first time to
See my stream.
collaborate or
Yeah.
like just, you know, to talk to any VTuber at all. So everything is super new to me. It's very interesting.
Yeah, how do you like the VTubing like fandom? My fandom so far. They really liked our songs.
Well,
so.
like I think you know we both know that we have very unique characters, and you know, you know, in order to be able to cope with this type of people, they naturally naturally have to be very nice people. So,
wow,
Mana has shared some feedback so far, and they've been all very nice, and yeah.
Yeah, I actually didn't expect
nice
this. Yeah, it seems like, look at that, Imps. He said you're nice. Oh my god.
Too kind.
You're too kind. You're too kind to them.
We're not as nice as it seems here, really.
Yeah, I'm actually not as nice to them as you're nice to.
Yeah, we are hikomori and we are not good. Yeah. Just like we're nice to people we like.
Yeah. So how do you like me talking to me as an anime girl?
It's pretty weird, to be honest.
Really,
like,
right?
Because like we know each other. We know each other before you were born.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Which is a really strange concept. Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
like,
you know, so it's like, and you know, like, you know, now you're really like a cute 2D girl, and I have to
right?
switch my perception, and I had to try to.
Like, can you actually like imagine?
You that way,
like. Yeah, it's weird, right? Because like we've been like friends for like for almost a decade now, and then suddenly
definitely.
I'm an anime girl now. What's up?
Yeah. Especially because I knew you as a vegan hardcore girl, and it's like VTuber girl, like
right?
What the hell happened to you?
Yeah, exactly. Anyone I know who would like, I would tell them like, you know what, I'm kind of doing this. That's why when I tell people like you know my friends, when I tell them like what I'm doing, like when I first like talked to you about this, right? I was like, I'm doing a music project, and you were like, what kind of music project? I'm actually a VTuber, and we were like, what? You're a VTuber?
Exactly,
you? Exactly. I never even thought to be a VTuber.
It's thing that I could imagine you doing.
絶対思わないよ。Right? Oh my god.
絶対思わないね。絶対思わないね。なんで VTuber になるの？絶対思わない。Okay, so we have this Japanglish.
Yes.
Like a talking where we mix English and Japanese.
Yeah. So don't worry about it, Imps.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, sometimes
we're gonna translate ourselves anyway.
Some things that you don't understand.
But actually, a lot of them study Japanese too, so it's okay. Most of them will actually probably pick it up.
You guys must love Japanese culture and animes and stuff too, right?
Well, they watch an anime girl, so you know.
That is true. That is true. That's the true way to go. True way to support the VTubers.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I mean, I don't know, like I didn't really even think about like I didn't know what VTubers are like previously. Like
I still don't know what VTuber is, to be honest.
Me neither. Like I'm just doing my own thing. Like half the time I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just like trying to like, okay, I guess I'm gonna stream today and then I'm gonna do some covers. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing half the time. But it seems like I have a fan base.
Yay!
Like what the fuck?
You probably have more dedicated fans than I do in my musical projects. I am jealous. And I've been doing this for like what?
ない。それはないね。ない。You're always gonna be above me.
Yeah. Well, obviously must be.
They must be really confused.
Magic and like your personality being so attractive.
Oh my god! I just got like a akasupa. Thank you, pancakes and hammers.
すごい。
やべえ。
スパチャ。
すごい
な。
やばいよそれ。ね、I've never expected
That's something
this.
I've never experienced.
本当に?
So.
But you got like a lot of sold out shows でしょ? Like.
まあそういうことはね。でもスーパーチャットとかは I've heard of like the existence of super chats or like people throwing money in the chat.
Throwing money, yeah.
I haven't done this
That's
before,
exactly
so,
what they're doing.
like,
They're throwing away the money.
That happening in a session that I'm participating is pretty cool experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So yeah, Mana is doing all this in her own wallet. So yeah, support her.
Actually, like thank you so much. But like ever since I got the memberships, I wasn't paying out of pocket anymore. Basically like the super chats, the super chat money, I use it for like, you know, like paying the artists for the art and stuff like that. So it really helps, Ims. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
They said our goal is to make taxes more difficult. That is true. I have to declare my taxes. I have to send my receipts to Katie でしょ。やべえ。
急に現実的な話になりますね。
そう。まあ大丈夫だよ。
まあね、税金ね、政府に税金を納めないとね。
そうだよ。
全く嫌な世界っすよね。
そうだよ。税金ってやだ。
Taxes, everyone's enemy. Everyone's enemy.
And it's inevitable too. Like what the fuck, man? Like you always have to pay tax every year. Yes, we live in a society.
Escape from it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, you can be hikikomori and stay, stay alone, stay.
Right? Like unfortunately, you have to.
いられない。
ね、いられないよ。We still need people. だってwe collabed with each other and we're both 引きこもりじゃない。
いやーね、本当に。
でもね、we learned. はいどうぞ。
Go on. So yeah, we used to call each other like a 引きこもり support group.
そうだよ。
HSG.
So
yeah, because we both didn't go out at all.
そうだよね。We are both like really like true 引きこもり。なんかtrue introverted people, but なんかね、なんだか we learned social skills.
Yeah, we learned social skills from each other, but obviously we both were pretty poor at this, so it ended up in a very particular.
But then eventually, like we went our like you went to you chose to do like I don't know like show promoting, and it's like the furthest thing I've ever thought of like you like what you have to like talk to lots of people, right? なんか横つながりっていうね。
Yeah. Two hikikomoris becoming event organizer who has to do with lots of people, and the VTuber also has to do with lots of people. It doesn't make sense, does it?
And you have to invite like you invited like quite a lot of bands too from overseas, right?
Yeah, and you have to make sure they're happy with staying in country, you know, while they're in Japan. Like
they get the full Japan
experience,
experience,
so that they want to come back to Japan again
なるほどね。
as well.
でしょうね。Like that's
because this is the like experience of them, you know. For them, Japan would be just me dealing with them, putting a good shows on. So it's like I'm kind of responsible for what they will think of Japan for the future. So ね、結構重要なことよね。
なるほどね。And also like you like I think I'm pretty sure that most of them had a really good experience like working with you.
Yeah, I think so. Most of them love. I hope so. At least. I mean, a lot of them want to come back again. So
let's go. Because I've been sleeping on the shows. I'm so sorry because I've been so like you know me, right? Like I barely want to go out and do stuff, but I missed a lot of the shows that you put out. So I'm sorry. ごめんなさい。
No, that's okay. I mean, with this pandemic anyway, like at the moment, the foreigners can't come in because of the visa issues and whatsoever. So
they can't.
So it's not a big deal anyway. But yeah, we should go to the shows again. Like,
yeah. Oh my god, I missed like going to shows with you. The last time that we went, when was that? Like, I don't know, but the most memorable show that I went with you is when you broke your glasses. That was like the 20th anniversary of Envy.
Anniversary of Envy.
Right?
Probably.
What the fuck happened there? I really didn't understand.
Yeah, glasses. I think I broke like 3 or 4 glasses during the show.
Oh my god.
Yeah, now I have these like bendable glass
okay,
frames
that's
because
that's
I
good.
broke so many, so that I gave up of like taking good care of glasses, but I made the glasses tough enough.
Yeah,
so it doesn't
that's
break.
good. If you wear glasses, you better have a durable one. Yeah. I'm glad that you found the glasses that works for you. I was so like the first time like you went that time when you broke your glasses, I was like, holy shit, like good thing that you didn't like it didn't cut your eyes or anything, right?
Yeah.
So terrifying.
Well, like injury in a metal show is fairly common
yes.
thing, but yeah, if you injure your eye, that would be a bit difficult to deal with.
Yeah,
so.
that's so like
it's okay.
It's kind of a normal
kind
thing
in general. They take care of each other pretty well. So,
like it's just like sometimes like unavoidable accidents happen like that. But recently, like I went to...
Well, in the VTuber world, I guess there wouldn't be any physical
not at all,
because
everybody's together, apart.
Yes, apart, unsafe,
physically apart, and then just But the thing is, like, recently, I watched. I actually went to an envy show. In I forgot where. I just you know me, right? I have no sense of direction, so I just follow Google Maps. So I think あれか何でしたっけな新木場のあれの新木場
コースト行ったの
そうあれ Yeah, they're closing in 2022, right?
Yeah, like lots of the Japanese venues are closing now. 悲しいよね。悲しい。Like the rent is extremely expensive in Japan. So if they can't host the events, they can't afford to keep it up.
ね。
悲しいね。イベンターとしてもね。As a eventer, like there's less options to put the shows.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It's a very difficult problem.
Have you since like you're planning to like bring in some bands again next year, right?
Hopefully, but at the moment it totally depends on the Japan's policy to whether they're gonna allow the foreigners to come in the first place. So it's very hard to. It's very, very hard. And like so like all the negotiation with the agents are also very up in the air. You can't put anything solid. Like I can just promise to book a venue, but then like nothing goes further than that because until it gets to like few months before the show, you can't really tell whether they will be able to put the show.
なるほどね。難しいやん。That's so like a precarious.
In Japan, it's like it's typically like a year to 9 months before you have to start organizing show, booking the venues. But 9 months later, what would happen with the COVID situation? You can never
tell,
moment,
especially since like we always have like a new variation, a new variant of the virus. Now we have Omicron and all that shit.
So whether the world will become with Corona attitude, with COVID attitude, so that they'll just deal with whatever the COVID has at that stage. But at the moment, Japan's trying to eliminate COVID completely. So if that's the case, every new variant they will have some radical strict rules imposed towards the foreigner coming in. So like it's something you can't predict, and it largely depends on what the government decides. So as an event organizer, it's very difficult at the moment.
That's really tough. And now they also have less and less options to put up shows, right? Because of the venues closing. My gosh, like it really ruined the music industry, I think. Like a lot of musicians.
It has been. But for the VTubers, nothing matters for the physical situation. I think you made a very good move.
I think
let's talk about you a bit more than me. Like I think we talked about me enough for now. So what made you want to write this original song now?
あれだよね。I mean, because I was like really burned out I've been doing covers every month, right? Like before like last summer. But I mean, like I've always wanted to try, give a hand at like give myself time to try, or like give myself the opportunity to try like writing, because you know me, like I you know my background, right? Like I was in a hardcore band, but mostly it's just screaming, right? It's a different thing. Like writing with melodies is totally different. Like with, I think with like phrasings for like hardcore songs, you just it's kind of like a rap, right? Like when you're rapping or whatever. But I'm not a rapper
you
either.
Just put the syllables in and make the timings
match
the song, and you kind of get away with it.
Yeah, exactly.
But singing is very different. Yeah.
So it's totally completely different world, and with melodies and all that shit.
So would you say it would be a totally different thing, that something you've never really tried before?
I mean, although I would say that I did try a little bit of like a melody writing in college, but I didn't really like push through it, because I was like, wow, what do I need this for? I don't even sing, right? But eventually, like, I don't know what happened. Like, eventually I started singing in the shower more and more and more, and then eventually I kind of maybe developed my vocal cords to actual like singing clean, because I never really paid attention to my clean singing. Like, I don't give a fuck about that, because like all I cared about, right, like was my screaming and stuff. But then eventually I'm like, what the hell happened? Like now I like, and also I love doing karaoke, right? So it just kind of like happened, and then I started like singing more and more, and I'm like, okay, I want to try these songs, and then the rest is history. Like, nice. I was, my previous manager asked me to, like, you should try doing this and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try doing it. Cool. I mean, I didn't know, like, I didn't really expect anything though. Like, you know me, like, when I get into a hobby, I just get into a hobby and it's not think about it too deeply, right? I'd never even thought I would get like 100 views on my first cover, but now it has like, I don't know, like 200,000 views or something like that.
That's really good. That's really good.
I think
it's, as a creative person, it's very important to like be willing to take risks and be open, be open about, like, putting yourself into a challenge,
putting yourself out there,
without actually expecting too much.
That's what I also like think about. Like, I didn't really, I just wanted to put out music, that's it, and then the rest is like, I didn't really think about, what if I get monetization, or what if I get like memberships. I never thought about those things. Like, who the fuck does that? Like you and I know, like, we are in the DIY culture, right? Like, we don't care about like these shit, right? So anyway, by the way, I actually wanted to move to a scene because I wanted people to show your label. There we go. Realizing media in DIY we trust. Yeah. So true. Yay!
Yeah, I mean, in the end of the day, we both know that you're the only person you can choose truly. That's what hikikomoris are. They lost trust in other people and society. That's why you isolate yourself.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, it's good to find fellow hikikomori, because,
Hello, hikikomori, exactly.
Right, because we're like each other.
Get things done, do it yourself, don't trust anyone else.
Yeah. But actually, over the years...
Apart from same hikikomori, like, hikikomori support group members, you can trust. That's okay.
そうだよね. Yeah. So maybe we should start like... We should start like auditioning for like members. For our club, our support group club. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna type it in the chat. Hold on. I'm gonna tell them what our like unit is. What do we even our group? Because like, you're the kaicho, right? And kaicho is me. So
only 2 members.
Yeah. Only 2 members. The OG. HSG, motherfuckers. Remember that.
HSG, Hikikomori support group.
So that, yeah. We're just really talking mad shit right now, but it's fine. This is what we always do anyway. It's so fun.
Yeah, like when we were joking about this HSG stuff, I never thought we'd actually musically collaborate.
Exactly. Like I never really thought about like, cause like you know, like we have like slightly different background. I mean, your band does like progressive metal and gent and stuff. And before, like I wasn't really like into like that because you know, like I'm into Converge and I'm into like Envy and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
very hardcore stuff, you know, like the DIY and
Dillinger's,
very raw, emotional stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But the thing is, like you invited Dillinger Escape Plan to Japan, so that's really fucking amazing.
Great shows.
That was awesome. I was there.
If you haven't heard of the Dillinger Escape Plan, do listen to them. It's great. It's
Imps, please listen to Dillinger Escape Plan. Although like they disbanded.
Sadly they're no more, but they were legendary.
They're one of the best. Really good. They really started me like they really like I don't know, got me into that type of music. Them and Converge. It's amazing.
Yeah, tech metal. Like even though my band is largely associated with a gent and more kind of more melodic and you know progressive stuff, I think my roots heavily relies on the more technical hardcore stuff.
It shows
in Plan is where more like I feel comfortable actually. Yeah.
It really shows in your earlier like songs in Cyclamen.
Yeah, definitely.
You can really see like it's but of course like
Cyclamen. Yeah, Cyclamen. Please remember the name. You don't necessarily have to listen to the music. But
no, listen to it, Imps. Please listen to his band. It's really good. And now like your recent stuff too, like you know, like the ones that you put out in the past 2 years, I guess. Since your I think since Amida, right? Like
Amida is the last one.
It really like you really like put out like your changes in the band. Like it's not like purely like you know you're not purely gent anymore, like purely progressive anymore. You're like really branched out, and it's really good.
I think we both are really diverse in style of music. We are. Like we can't just keep eating ramen every day.
だよね. Even if it's delicious, you can't just eat ramen. そうだよね. Yeah, that is so true.
I mean, some people love ramen and they keep eating ramen every day. Opportunity they get. That's totally fine. That's a way of living, you know. That's a way of liking food that way. But it's just not for everyone. Yeah, like we both need like a bit of sushi, a bit of ramen, a bit of katsudon, a bit of udon, soba. You know, that's just the way we are. So
you're just making me hungry. Like, did you eat lunch yet? I haven't had lunch yet.
そうだね、ランチタイムだったわ。
そうだね。まあ、
So what's your favorite food? What's your favorite food?
ラーメンだよ。Like I love like they had like the vegan ramen in Tokyo, right? So that's like my favorite now.
Vegan ramen.
そうだよ。You haven't been? Okay, we should go.
I don't think we have been to the ramen.
Yeah, like one of the.
We used to go for the vegan food hunting.
そうだよ。You helped me a lot, like, cause like 外食あんましないから。
Yeah, because you're just bad at navigation and
そうだよ。
no one takes you out. Like no one goes anywhere.
Yeah, like so I don't like go out.
I had to take Mana out and feed her so that she's alive.
So yeah, exactly. Feed the vegan friend, the starving vegan friend.
Yeah, because Tokyo is actually quite hard place to get the vegan food. It's still like a Japan
and also I'm really
very
sad
on animal food, so.
because of like because of COVID, like a lot of vegan shops also are closing. Like what the fuck? Like my favorite vegan burger joint closed down in Shinjuku. Like no!
Oh no!
That was my favorite
really
spot.
That's
yeah,
really
I was just like depressed for a couple of weeks. Like what the hell, man? Like what if like I know that I only go out like maybe once every 3 months, but like when I want to go out, I want to go to those places, you know? God damn it!
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know. Once every 3 months sounds like true hikikomori. That's a very good style. That's a very good style. True hikikomori style.
True ne. We can never run away from our true nature. We can never
No,
like we
no.
can learn social
Something never
skills and
changes,
shit,
something
but
never
no.
changes. Even if you become VTuber, something never changes.
Even more so that I'm a VTuber and I don't have to go out.
Yeah,
I used to like when I was in a band, I used to be able to
That's
like
very true.
like play shows and be in front of people. But
Yeah.
with this, I don't even have to show like my real self. Well, this is my real self. This is me now, imps.
That's very convenient, isn't it? That's very convenient for the us hikikomori. Yeah. I think even though I am an event organizer, I still think it still is a very big hassle to organize shows and go to venues and
talk to
load
people,
and unload the equipment, talk to people. It's a very hard work. Like, you know, you can put the friendly face on and spend the night, you know, focusing on socializing, but it's still it's not an easy work for hikikomori, is it?
Yeah. It definitely
it's
drains your
still
social. Yeah, it is fun. I mean, like we learn how to socialize like through hard work.
Exactly.
But the thing is, like, you know, like at the end of the day, you still have like your social battery, right? How do you, by the way, like as an event organizer, how do you manage to like to be like not exhausted every time? Like you have to talk to people, you have to socialize every day, especially when there are bands are touring. How do you manage
when
that?
your adrenaline is so high, you can just keep going until the adrenaline goes down.
Okay, until it runs out.
The key is that you just don't put the adrenaline down for a whole day, then you die for next 2 days.
You just keep it going, like until you go to bed.
Keep going. Like if you stop and start resting, you're gonna run out of energy. So like once you put your minds into the event mode, you just don't switch it off ever. Just keep doing something constantly. Then that's okay. Obviously, it's like your body doesn't cope very well. So
because it's not used to it.
Feedback after the show day is really horrible.
So I
often get cold. Yeah, I often get ill, or I just can't really go out much for sometimes a week. But
god damn, a week.
But it's so important that the event goes well and everyone who attended the event ends up happy. So that's something you pay for, and you can, like, even as a hikikomori who don't care much about other people's happiness, it's good to see the fans.
Okay, we're just really showing.
I mean, otaku and hikikomori, they're happy with just their own world. They just focus on their own happiness, So like, as long as I'm happy, I'm generally.
My VTuber mama is here in chat. She said, hello Hayato. The new song is great. So yeah, she's the one who did the video.
Yay!
Yay!
Hi, Mama.
Yay!
Does she have a name?
Yeah, like her handle is Little Things PH. She's on Twitter. Okay.
But I think I'll call you Mama as well.
Yes.
That's a lot simpler.
Yeah, it is quite.
Thank you for giving birth to this wonderful existence.
Yay!
I appreciate, and we all imps, right? That's what you call it. We imps all appreciate. For you.
Wait, you're an imp now? My producer's an imp, bro. Yabe! You're killing me right now. Okay.
I'm trying to learn the whole.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Whole VTuber
so
I have to try.
Like, it's okay. You don't have to try. It's okay. Just be yourself. But yeah, like
Okay.
It's okay. Like this is just really funny because like you're my fan now. Just kidding.
Of course I'm your fan.
Oh,
Otherwise I wouldn't be able to spend this much effort to make a song. Yay! Let's go.
Yay.
Let's go.
Oh yeah. By the way, I think we're forgetting about talking about something. We're supposed to talk about the song. We're going off tangent so much, but it's all fun. Yeah. But anyway. Did you want to say something else?
Is there anything that we need to talk about, or is there anything the fan wants to?
Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. Like, first let's talk about like how the hell did you come up with the song? Because like when I sent you my lyrics, you were just like, okay, like this is like what I can think of for the song. Like, because
I
You
think
asked
it's like
me.
a little different with me and the other like songwriters, but like when I have an image, like I hear the kind of thing that I want quite clearly.
Oh,
like
sige da.
when I see certain image, or when I like understand certain feeling from the lyrics, like I just hear kind of this kind of thing is what represents
So you like
sadness or
visual,
what
like
represents
you
aggression.
kind of visualize. Like,
Yeah,
how
like-
do you know? Like visualize
yeah, it's like,
kind
obviously
of.
it's a sound. It's like
You
it's a
hear the
so
sound?
you don't
Holy
obviously
shit!
see it, but
Yeah,
like, you actually hear
Sonically,
the
you
sound
kind of like the.
already in-
Wow! Oh my god. You really are
Yeah, so-
inclined, musically inclined, like naturally musically inclined. Like you
Yeah, like,
told me
I
like
told Man a few times, but it's like writing song for me isn't very difficult. It doesn't
Yeah.
take very long. As long as there's a purpose, like there's a clear expression or clear purpose on that song wants to achieve, then like it really doesn't take very long.
There we
Like,
go,
my,
Imps.
my difficulty, like my hardest thing writing song is like coming up with a lyrical inspiration.
なるほどね。
So like as long there's a theme to a song, it really doesn't.
It
take much.
yeah,
And
so
how
so
the
it's
hell? So kind of, you
Sige.
gave me the lyrical, you gave me
inspiration.
the lyrics. Then like the emotion was quite focused on something very specific. So,
Yeah. I
yeah,
write like that. I
like,
mean, although
when
it's
I-
stream of consciousness, yeah. Sorry, go on.
So yeah, like when I saw or when I read your lyrics, like straight away, like I knew what kind of the atmosphere I wanted to generate. Yeah.
And
what
I
kind of
did
sound
tell
I
you,
wanted.
right? You were like, what kind of feel do you want to have the song? And I'm just like, well, I want a nudely sad song. And you were like, good, very expressive, good description, nudely
Yeah.
sad. And you
Yeah.
did deliver the nudely sad song.
Yeah. So,
Sasuga!
it's like yeah.
めっちゃ big じゃな
For me, as long as there's a request on the clear purpose, like making a song is like making instant
Okay.
noodle. It doesn't take very long.
Yeah.
Especially the noodly riff. Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that's like
that
my
is your comfort
specialty.
zone でしょ
It's literally noodle, like instant noodle.
My
I can
cup
make a
ramen
noodly
song.
riff. Yeah, ramen song. Yeah,
Cup ramen.
it's very.
やべえ. Oh yeah,
comes
somebody
naturally.
asked in the question.
Yeah. Sure.
Question for the producer. How is it like to be Mana's producer? How does it how does it
Yeah,
feel
like,
like
I mean,
producing?
I
film?
think if I didn't know you before you became a VTuber,
Yeah.
that would have been very different.
Different
what
like
do you call it?
impression.
Different impression. Yeah, different
Ah.
experience. But
But we know each
I
other.
don't know. This
For years.
This thing whole feels like a half joke, half
そうだよね.
funny, half interesting.
So.
Like,
Because like I'm just
it-
like yeah. So sorry. Go on.
Yeah. To me, you're still not VTuber, so
Me
it just
neither.
feels so like a joke, like a big joke. But
Yeah, like it's
that's
more
okay,
like
yeah.
a kind of like a friend collaboration thing, right?
yeah,
like, kinda
that's
なんか
something we do
gag-
for fun.
gag み
But
たい
at
な
the same
感じ。
time, we do it extremely serious as well. Obviously, if like for music, I take everything very serious
course.
because that's something I'm very proud
Passionate
of
about,
and
yes,
like
yeah.
something that passionate about, and like my kind of in a way that's what's kind of satisfies my life making music.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
music.
You
So-
just like breathe music,
basically,
right?
yeah.
You write music as naturally as you breathe. Like what the hell? Like it's just like
Yeah,
second nature to you.
Definitely. So I don't know, like to me making music is all the same. Whether I make it to a VTuber or a person
Yeah.
or for myself, like
Yeah.
it's always 100% in and try to make the best possible.
I'm glad
But
that you
yeah,
put all
obviously
your
Mana
your
is
heart
an
in it.
extremely good singer
Eh.
and also very good screamer.
ないわ。
So So it's been my pleasure and it's been honor to actually.
I'm
make a
glad that
song
you
for
actually
you.
liked working with me because like, you know, all things considering.
You know,
Yeah. But the thing
yeah,
is like I
it's
learned
been
a lot
very
from
fun and
you.
easy experience though.
Yeah, actually, it was really, like,
I've
smooth
experienced
for
a
me.
lot harder process of
Maji?
making a song. So, yeah.
maybe like you know when you started.
You must have experience too.
Of course, like
much harder. Yeah.
Much harder. Okay, but like I mean, we can't. But the thing is, like, yeah,
go.
I learned a lot from like you know remember when you told me like because I don't know how to deliver, like I have no background in music theory, but like you were there to like help me how to theoretically approach things. So like you gave me a theoretically correct way of doing things. So I learned a lot from it, especially when you told me like in sad songs you usually have to like sing flatly in order to like have that kind of sad bastard feel.
Right.
But like
I think it helps that I sing as well.
Yes, you do. Yeah, definitely.
Instrumentalists or the people who write the song, they don't actually sing. They just find another singer to sing. But that makes it a lot harder for each like a singer and the producer to associate what they want from each other.
Exactly. And you immediately like got what I kind of like envisioned for my stuff, right? Because like you said before, like you just hear the music even with when you see the lyrics, you can just hear the music that like you can envision the music that sound that you would do for that certain thing. So that's really incredibly talented of you, and I'm so glad that you're able to like guide me to like write stuff. Like I don't know.
Well, I'm the producer.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I've never been producer, but now I am your so.
Exactly. Like that you really did your job.
My first producee? Do you call it producee?
Artist kana.
I have no idea.
Artist.
Yeah, but yeah, like because I write a song, that I mix and master a song, and I also like put shows, events. Like
you have had a lot of experience. So. Working with different musicians as well.
Like every perspective of the music industry almost. So that kind of makes me understand much easier how to approach these people to get what each other want.
So
like as a singer, like when I talk to you, I'll talk to you as a singer. But when I talk to a guitarist, I will talk as a guitarist, obviously.
So when I
talk to venue people, I talk as a banter.
That's true. Like you just have like a way of like you learn like you have this way of communicating with me, which means like it's really different because like it's a criticism, but it's very constructive, you know. like it really I just took it to heart, and I'm like, yeah, you know what, that kind of makes a lot of sense. I mean, between the two of us, you're the songwriter, so like you're the one with the most experience. So like I really try to internalize what you tell me, so it really helps me kind of just like for certain parts of the song, like okay, maybe I should sing like softly in here, or maybe I should like have more like overdrive here and there and whatever. And I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're the star and you have the final decision on what to do, but I'm quite happy to suggest on the things that
I'm also happy that you
become aware of and stuff. Yeah, I just point things out and say, is this really what you want? Or is this really what you want? Then once you see it and once you hear it, then the decision is up to you. After all, it's your song.
And also like with I like how you don't like you over like control like the process. Like you just allow me to experiment, and then when I tell you, like, you remember that time when I told you, I think I'm gonna change the screams, and you were like, yeah, I agree. And I'm like, yeah, I learned something. Like you told me like for like slow tempo, like sad songs, it's usually like mids and highs would work better. Like so I'm like, yeah, actually it works really well, like in the chorus, right? Like at the end of the chorus, the screams at the end of the chorus. Before I actually initially I did the lows, right? But like it didn't feel like it didn't click to me. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna change this, and it worked better with the mids. So because
experimenting is always important. Like you just can't get it right first time every time. You just have to sometimes
keep on trying,
record and mix. Then it gets to the mixing stage, and suddenly you realize this isn't really working. Then you have to go back sometimes. It's just the way it is. You can't get everything right first time, especially if you're not doing it all by yourself. There are certain things that just comes out so unexpectedly, and you just have to be willing to enjoy that accident and regular things happening.
Yeah, you kind of have to like with what I realized in like songwriting, it's like you have to like embrace like the like whatever like when something comes into your mind, like you have to like, that's why I have my voice memo ready. Because I've been like humming to the song, and I'm like, how do I like approach this song, blah blah blah. Like especially like in the bridge, right? The bridge part, like the second verse in the bridge part, like I have to do all of that. Like so, I was just like, how do I do this? And I changed here and there, like a little bit of shifts, right? Like melodic shifts in like the bass melodies that you gave me. Yeah, so it really helped though. Like what the hell?
Yeah. I mean, because my voice and your voice is obviously not the same. That means that you can't do exactly. I mean, what suits me doesn't necessarily suit you. So it's always, we have
different range.
It's always good to give some room for improvisation, some room for arranging. Because otherwise, like when it's too strict, it just becomes too much of a burden, and it just becomes task rather than expression.
So then that's and the point of making a song is to express emotions. Like I heard from some of like the people in my fan base, like when they heard the song, some of them were crying, and I'm like, what the hell? Really, I didn't intend to do that, but like okay.
It's a quite sad song though. You've been struggling, and this is a frustration. That drove you to write this song.
So I was really frustrated.
You delivered the emotion very well.
I'm so glad. Thank you.
That, like it's really hard, like because like like a shikaku, the visuals are the most prominent sense of human being, but hearing is not so much. So in order to be able to make someone cry by just hearing, that's a very powerful expression that you managed to deliver.
Thank you so much. I couldn't have done it without your help though. Like you really helped me like bring out tap into my potential.
I can happily accept.
Yay!
I don't think you could have done without.
謙遜しない。謙遜でき。
謙遜もね。
謙遜はね。
Like Japanese people typically are very modest, but modesty is not good for you when it's excessive. Like if you've done good job, you should give yourself a little bit of like kind of like recognize, acknowledge that you've done something good, but like not to excess, like oh yeah I did this, I did that, like no we don't do that here. Like it's the very difficult balance really, because like you have to think like you're everything, you're the superstar, otherwise like you lose confidence.
So like in your mind, but at the same time you have to like choose your words and how you like relate yourself to others, so that you don't come off as like an asshole.
That's the human communication skill, isn't it? Really, like, yes. That we are shit at it, basically.
Yeah. Basically, it's all about communication.
Communication is super important, guys. Communication is more important than actual musical skill or anything, personally.
すごいね。Yeah, you told me like, and you are like, you have a band, you're an event organizer and you have a band.
Yeah.
And that basically like you told me, didn't you tell me like before, like 80% being in a band is 80% taking care of feelings. Yeah, you told me that before.
It's like even for the metal bands.
Metal dudes are sensitive.
They are so sensitive.
だよね。
They're so emotional.
だよね。
You they scream like a real like whoa, but like when you talk personally to them, they're really soft and sensitive sometimes. Like small words or small criticism can really
hurt the feelings, right? Like me. But the thing is, like, I'm also sensitive.
Mana is a cute, very, very typical girl.
You heard that, Imps. I'm cute.
Cute.
No, like actually that doesn't fit well.
A little screaming gothic
Benchy, yeah.
Cute girl.
But you never thought like I would like be like, because I always have this front of like tough and stuff, right? Because like being a girl in a hardcore scene is like you have to do something to like to gain you have to like you have to be strong. You have to have the strong personality in order to like be taken seriously or something, right? Like, I mean, it's changing. It's changing
in
now.
The metal scene, especially, it's becoming a little better.
A little better,
because of the general, a little, but the change is a lot slower.
Than what we would like. Ne.
General なんか欧米の最近のなんだ男女平等みたいな。そうだよね。そう。So like I think like equality. Like Western people have very aggressive approach of trying to make the equality more popular thing.
Yeah, I mean like
sometimes I feel it's a little excessive, but in the metal scene it's still there.
It's very important to have that. Yeah. Like
I think I can see how it can be very humiliating to be a female in the metal scene still. I can understand why you had to kind of come across quite strong and tough.
But like but in reality, like I really care about the opinions of the people close to me. I don't give a fuck about people's like strangers' opinions. Like they can eat a bag of but like I don't give a fuck, right? But the thing is like when it comes to like the people close to me, the one that I've shown like my vulnerability towards, I would want to like be also like respected in that sense.
Can I just hold a bit?
Sure.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Just a bit.
Okie dokie. All right, we have so many questions right now. Recognize your effort. Flex on the weak, man. No. Oh, by the way, thank you for the people who sent super chats mid conversation. I will like credit you later in after the. I will post a Twitter credit for everyone who sent me the super chats. Thank you so much. Metal dudes are a lot of them are soft and like cats, likes cats. Yeah, that's true. Like, but Hayato is a dog person though. Like he has like a lot of dogs. I mean, I think now that he actually has one dog, but I know that he had a huge dog before. I forgot the breed. What do you call those dogs? The huge, the Scooby-Doo dogs. What do you call those? The breed? Scooby-Doo dogs. The breed of Scooby-Doo. Yeah, thank you, Mama. I'm cute because of you. You made me. Great Dane, there we go. The Scooby-Doo dog is a great... Yeah, Hayato had a Great Dane.
Yes, I had Great Dane. Yeah, that was really cute. Really cute dog.
Wait, what's your dog? What's your dog's but they're really huge, right? Like you told me before, like what's her name again?
Yeah, like
Laka, okay. Yeah. You had
that's like a Hawaiian word for flower.
Whoa, なるほどね. Yeah, but you had you told me about your Great Dane before.
It's huge, yeah. So like if he stands up on the 2 feet, it's actually taller than me, and
oh
I'm
my
about
god,
170 centimeters.
Oh, so, yeah, massive dog.
Weighed like 55 kilos.
Wait, heavier than me. The fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a really.
It's a huge dog, but yeah, if you can afford the space. Yeah, definitely get Great Dane. They're great.
They're great. How are their temperament? Like, are they like active or like?
They're very gentle and they're very easy to get scared as well. Like, what was really funny was like once there was like about 3 or 4 11 years old kid came to came to my house, and like straight away, just she went under the table.
Oh my
hiding,
god!
Even though it's like, she's
Just
like a
massive.
3-4 times bigger.
Yeah, bigger than the kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo, yeah.
Yes, scaredy as kid.
Scooby-Doo. Well,
You know, like my fan base been I've been trolling them. I told them like, can you stop asking me about my cover, like the not photogenic cover, because for every 5 questions that I get for like the not photogenic asking when I'm gonna drop that cover, I'm going to release a Barbie girl cover instead. Which I actually did a metal. Yes, I did a metal version of Barbie Girl in one of my karaoke streams. I think my last stream, yeah, I did the Barbie Girl. So I want to do Barbie Girl.
There's a metal version in karaoke?
I actually took the instrumentals from someone who did the Barbie Girl metal version, and then I played it on my own karaoke stream.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. That's very cool.
Yeah, they were like
covers.
The imps were kind of the imps were terrified, like. But I guess now they're embracing the Barbie Girl phenomenon. So I wanna make like an actual official cover of Barbie Girl. in different genres, like where I'm gonna do a metal version, I'm gonna do an acoustic version, I'm gonna do a mumble rap version. Barbie Girl.
Reggae. And the country.
Yeah. And then this entire year is just them getting Barbie Girl covers every month of just different genres in Barbie Girl. So you better stop asking me about when I'm gonna drop not photogenic, because you know, like we're gonna you and I are gonna focus on like writing like original songs, right? So like on the side, I'm gonna work on different Barbie Girl covers. To just troll them for the entire year.
My understanding is that you're now kind of happy to collaborate with a lot of different people.
Of course. Yes,
me, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll probably work mostly on the original, but it doesn't mean that Mana will stop doing the covers, right?
Yeah, definitely no. I am gonna do different. I actually have like 2 covers lined up. Yeah.
So even though you may not be getting the cover so soon, don't give up your hope. It might happen.
Never gonna give you up.
Depends on.
Never gonna let you down. I also have this habit of like rickrolling my fan base, and they just like always take the bait. It never gets old.
They're too pure.
They're too pure. Yeah, they're too like they trust me so much. But I guess now because of like the recent like trolling that I've been doing to them, I think that they're having trust issues now. People need to
Don't trust anyone.
Someone said in the chat, Mongolian throat singing Barbie Girl. I guess I have to learn throat singing, Mongolian throat singing. Different types of.
That would be tough. That would be a big challenge.
Because like I think
you
Mongolian throat
singing.
singing
From your fan base there, the most bizarre Barbie Girl cover.
So like maybe I should make a contest. Like give me like not a contest, but like can you like anyone who can give me like instrumentals for whatever Barbie Girl version you want me to do, I would do it.
Then you're gonna sing on.
So I would sing it.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I would sing it. I'm not kidding. I will sing it. Give me a Barbie Girl version instrumental that you want me to sing, and I will sing it. And I will just
Go
I will do it. Challenge accepted, motherfuckers. Come at me, bro. Yeah, I think like I told you about giving them a 10-second teaser for like our song, right? Like the original song, and like I even premiered the song. The 10-second premiere, the 10-second teaser. I premiered it, and they have to wait for like 2 minutes because the premiere song is like 2 minutes long, right? And then after the premiere song was finished, like they listened to the thunder and then silence. To the introduction of the song. That gave them lots of trust issues. Yeah. I'm too harsh to them, so that's why we tried our best.
You know, they obviously enjoy it.
Yeah.
Really, being trolled by you.
まあどうかな
So kind.
どうかな
Means you guys are too kind. Too kind.
Yeah, they're too kind. The imps are I actually wonder, you know what? Because of the shit that I've put them through, I actually wonder why I still have a fan base.
Yeah, I think it's like we've been talking about completely like in band, not in band, but in group jokes as well.
そうだよね。But they're in on it.
We're not talking for about an hour. Like, are we doing okay? Am I too boring? Am I?
No, you don't have to worry about it.
About certain things. Yeah. Okay.
But like you're good. Like I think the imps like it when people are like, especially when I'm on stream, like they just I think from my own perception. I don't know, imps, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they prefer it when I'm just like doing whatever, like not scripted or not like, you know. I mean, of course we have to talk about certain things, but like it's a lot more fun if we're relaxed and stuff. Like there's no really like a structure.
Yeah, because I think like a non-written script gives a lot more like honesty and
freedom.
It shows a lot more character, doesn't it? It shows like a lot more colors of what you actually are.
That's why like in my debut I never had a script at all. When I debuted, I had like 3 hours of sleep and I had no script. I have never had any script ever.
Really?
Never.
Wow.
Because why would how like どうやって like I can't like okay this one I'm gonna say this できないんだ絶対 I can't. I'm not an actress. I'm not an actress. I can't act for shit. Like I can't act my way out of a paper bag. So what you see is what you get. Like this is how I talk when we talk like in person, right?
Yeah.
This is the same. It's the exact same.
You're exactly the same.
でしょ? I'm just a fucking anime girl here, but like, you know. It's all the same. I can't act.
Yeah.
できねえ!
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, but that's a talent itself, you know, like being able to improvise and come up with a humor.
My entire life is an improvisation. My entire life is an improv.
Yeah.
But I guess it helps,
it does require a lot of intelligence, though, and the knowledge.
Oh my god, does that mean I'm smart? Oh my god, I'm smart. Oh my god, imps. Oh my god, imps, I'm smart. I have a Brian.
Actually, guys, that's something I can really say that Mana is impressive about. She is very open to, you know, challenges, new things. She's like willing to spend time and effort to learn new things. That's why she got so good at singing in such a short time. And for this recording too, as she said, like she's been saying that she learned a lot. But
I do. I learned a lot
without actually
from you.
Willingness to learn, you actually never improve. So
and also like the thank you so much. Oh my god, that means a lot. Jokes aside, I really am glad that I reached out to you, because at the time I was just really like, I don't know what because at the time like I was really burned out and I wanted to graduate.
Yeah.
I wanted to like I don't want to do this anymore, man. Like but like you kind of like encouraged me to like, you know what, like you've done something good and you should probably like try continuing this, and you know let's see what happens, you know, like when we finish the song and true enough, when we finished the song, when we put like the instrumentals and my vocals together, even the rough draft, it really totally changed my mind. Like it totally changed my mentality, and I'm like, what? Like, whoa, I can do this? Damn, I want to keep on doing this. You know what I mean?
Yay, that's good.
So
that's
like
good.
In a way, like you really pulled me out of that like slump, because like you've been encouraging me.
I
to,
mean,
like...
everyone has the sample. I've experienced one too myself, so I'm glad I can be your help for sure. And I think it's just like it's something only the people who experienced it can really relate it as well. So I think sometimes like people want to help you, but they just don't.
They don't know how to help you.
It's just not same wavelengths, and you just can't ever establish a connection strong enough that you could feel that this person is doing good for you. So
like it's really it has to do with vibes too. And also sometimes I learned what I learned is that it's not about what's being said, it's how it's delivered. Like objectively, like you've been really strict with me, like I can say that, right? But the thing is like how you said it, how you communicated with me on how to improve is like vastly like I was like oh my god, like it, I really like found it very constructive and helpful rather than like getting hurt and all that shit, right? Like I was like I definitely need to do this instead of that. And you gave me examples of how to do things, like, and like you kind of really kindly explained to me like some terms that I don't understand because I'm really new to songwriting, right? So you really like helped me with that in that aspect, like the technicality of it all, the theoretically speaking as well. Like okay, that makes so much sense to me. And I'm like it all started to make sense, and you know I ran from there. I ran with the melodies that you gave me, and the rest is history, imps. Yay!
Things happen and songs were born.
Yes. So by the way,
I think it's really important, like even for the bands, like when something is not good, you can't just say this is shit, do better. It's not very helpful.
Like, okay, make it not sound this and that. Like, like how do I make it better?
Same purpose of saying that, you know, you should improve. You could say like this, like you're doing really well, but this could improve even more if you do this. Then like suddenly everything is positive. You know? Even though you're saying that you still need to get better. I think it really depends on the person though. Like some people actually drive better when they are being insulted or like when they're challenged.
But especially with vocalists.
Just don't work that way, do they? So I think you just need to find the right language, right way of approaching depending on the person you're working with.
You're very understanding
when
with
that
me.
clicks. When that clicks, it just like a whole producing process is a lot more pleasant and fun, and everyone's a lot happier.
I actually like this entire experience was really positive for me. Like I can't really say anything negative about it, to be honest. It was just a good learning experience for me. Like I was just like I didn't know, like holy shit, I can write stuff. Like damn, what did I do this? And you know, of course, like with your massive help, but like I still couldn't believe that I was able to finish an entire song. Like what? I didn't know. Like I never imagined with melodies. Like I've written songs before, but it's like all screaming. It's all easy, you know. But like this one is totally different for me. Like a totally different environment, totally different approach, and it takes a lot more work, and sitting down and humming until it sounds right.
Actually, the end melody of the song, that's spiraling down that's the bit actually Mana totally wrote herself. I didn't even put any kind of melody
Thank
or
you.
anything, so that's totally your credit. And I actually do like occasionally find myself singing that melody too. I
thank
do
you
love
so
it
much.
Too. So you definitely have writing talent too. Be proud of it. Be more confident about it. You do great. You do great work.
I'm so glad about the feedback though. Like so far, like people have been like liking. Like they they can relate to what I wrote. Like because like for me, I wanted to like I'm very like picky about lyrics when it comes to like listening to bands. I really immediately look at the lyrics. If the lyrics are not so good, I'm not, regardless of like how the instrumentals are, I'm not really like as invested in the band, or I'm not as invested in the music that they make if they don't like have like good lyrical content. So for me, like I wanted my song to have like substance, you know, like and so like what better way to do it than like writing my experience. Like it was more like, I mean, I don't suffer from like clinical depression or anything, but everyone, like, once in a while you have a slump, right? Like you experience like a really depressive state in your life. Like like they call it situational depression. Like depending on your, like, the situation that you're in, you will have like symptoms of depression, like in clinical depression. But of course, like it just a matter of like the how prolonged it happens. Like for clinical depression, it's chronic. But for me, I'm not the type of person who's just like sad all the time, right? Like I'm not that depression is just being sad, but like I don't have that condition. I don't have like clinical depression, and I can say for myself. But that definitely at that time in my life, I was just so burned out, right? Like so like all the sadness, frustration, and all that stuff came into play, and all this things that happening, you know what happened, right? So like it's just like just so frustrating to me, and I guess I always have to turn to music. Like I just process the situation a lot better because of writing it, like just putting it into words, like just my feelings. I focus on a certain emotion. I think somebody asked like how I process, how I what's the process of me like writing lyrics. I focus on emotion, like an intense emotion at the time, right? I hyper focused on it, and I just wrote streams of consciousness, like what I think at the time. Like I want to write this, and this is how I feel. Like focus on that certain particular specific emotion, and just keep on writing like words, and then I arrange it after. Like so, like I arrange the words that make sense. Because it's a stream of consciousness, right? Like it's just something that goes out of your brain.
I think like both as a, like an instrumentalist and a lyricist, it's important that you always take the emotions first, because like it doesn't matter how well written or how theoretically correct or how the words rhymes nicely and stuff.
Yeah.
If like the emotion if you can't deliver the emotion with what you're saying, what you're playing, then I don't think it will actually ever become a good song, at least at the level where you're performing. I think like I don't like after like playing lots of shows as well, I'd actually say that how you deliver the song is far more important than actually what you write. And if you get the delivery correct, then like it doesn't matter what words or what song you're playing, people will still get your feeling. But in order to drive that feeling, you have to be able to relate to the content. So that's where your lyrics become super important, especially if like the feeling is more personal. So
it hits close to heart.
I hardly changed Mana's lyrics when she gave the lyrics to, because like I think changing the words or changing structure too radically will lose her association to
my
the
first
lyrics,
draft,
and
right?
then the delivery of the song becomes so much more difficult. So I would much rather write a melody or song based on the lyrics over what she came up with, so that her emotional integrity stays the same.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You keeping my feelings intact.
Yeah, of course, everything intact, even your broken pieces after your burnt out state, I put them together.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah,
well, that's what producer is technically. You know, producer don't just produce a song and manage stuff financially or whatever.
Yeah,
like you're supposed to take everything and produce the artist as a best state possible. That's what producers are supposed to do.
This is definitely have been like a growing experience for me too. Like you definitely helped me grow with just one song. Like imagine like the songs that we would do this year, that next year rather in 2022.
Yeah, I waited lots of weeks, like just Mana bringing the recorded vocals in. So if that part is shorter, then we can produce more songs for sure.
Definitely.
ごめんね、ちょっと今嫌味を言ってみましたね。わざわざ。
ね、
ちょっと意地悪をしてみました。I was a little just there.
大丈夫だよ。It's okay.
But like the first song is always most difficult thing to deliver.
Yeah.
Like a lot more 心配不安とかあるから。
So yeah, me
more
too.
Anxious, like anxiety, uncertainty.
Yeah, I was really anxious too. That's why like I kind of stalled. I mean, actually, ごめんなさい. but I kind of like procrastinated so much because I was full of anxiety. Like, what if it's not gonna do well? Like, what if my writing is shit? Like, what if it's not like it's not gonna like people are not gonna be able to relate. Well received. Yeah. But the thing is, like when I heard the song, like, you know, the draft that we did, I'm like, actually I like this. You know what? I like this, and I hope that I was just hoping that the rest of my fan base would like it too. And like last night I released it for like the higher tier members in my YouTube memberships, right? And a lot, like, I've only received like positive feedback. And even now, like when it's out in public, like everybody is just like receiving it really well, and I'm just like, whoa, that's amazing, thank you so much. Now that I don't have that much of anxiety, I think like I can focus more on writing. Like actual like writing.
Yay,
like,
Imps, you did well. You boosted Mana's confidence.
Yay!
And this will create more songs, and hopefully like she'll release more content because of this motivation. It's a very positive motivation spiral. That's a very good thing.
Yeah. It's more like
nice.
What do you call this? Like a tobibako? Confidence 飛び箱? ゴミ箱じゃねえ! 飛び箱.
ゴミ箱はトラッシュだから。ちょっとゴミ
箱じゃない。飛び箱。飛び箱。Like そう。で、ね、like a jump from like my slump to confidence. Yay!
Yay!
But actually,
I think you can be more confident with the, you know, you can trust imps more too though. They'll never really think that you produce shit stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I trust my imps? I don't know.
I'm sure they are confident in you for delivering always amazing stuff, and you can be
That's
more
like
confident.
プレッシャーかけないで。プレッシャーかけないでくれ。やべえ。Don't pressure me. でもね、okay, fine. Challenge accepted.
It doesn't matter. I mean, even the Barbie girl cover, I'm sure they'll love it.
Yeah, they said they want it.
Yeah.
They kept on asking the not photogenic question so that I will keep on making the Barbie girl covers, right? Because I told them every 5 question of not photogenic, I'm gonna turn that into a Barbie girl cover instead. So yeah. But okay, so like there are so many people like asking questions I've ignored already. Sorry about that. Okay, wait. Let me just scroll up. Let's see. Oh my god. Somebody was like, Barbie girl remix competition. Okay, let's go. Do you want to do it? Cause I'm game. Did you know also like I also like do like talent show for my imps. So it's a reverse karaoke. Like instead of them listening to me sing, I want them to sing for me. And entertain me.
That's very cool. I think like encouraging creativity or like giving opportunity to stand in front of public is always a opportunity.
I think that's what I wanted. Like I just want platform for my imps to like, I don't know, have fun and like perform. Yeah, like some of them didn't perform before in public, and now that they like some of them like. After they participated in my first stream of like imps, I call it Imps Got Talent, IGT. So a lot of them like joined, and after that, like some of them joined in the second stream as like I had Imps Got Talent 2 Electric Boogaloo. so it has like a yes, I'm gonna do an IG3, so IGT3 Imps Got Talent 3, your God has forsaken thee. Because it just keeps on going. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Because the content produces itself. The imps are making content for me.
Yes, do that. I'd love to hear that. I love to hear imps.
Yeah, they're really singing.
Creativity.
They're singing a lot of them. The first one was like out of whim. Like I totally just kind of like, do you want to do, because like in my Discord channel, in my Discord server, like we have like a VC voice channel, right? Like voice chat. But some of them do karaoke over there, like just for fun. And I'm like, do you want to take this in my stream? Like I wanna let's do this on stream. Like who wants to participate? And then we did like what do you call this, a test stream for that. And then it just happened. Like it's a thing now. Apparently that once in a while, I apparently, like, you know, like a lot of them loved it. They liked doing it. So the first stream there were 20 I don't know how many, maybe 15 participants, but like the second stream there were like 30 people who joined, like double the initial number.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
so I think that also encouraged them to, like, I guess perform and not like get over stage fright, I guess, you know. Because they have
especially in the COVID situation where there isn't much opportunity to play live shows. That's a great way of providing people to perform.
And I have a lot of band
great,
dudes. Like there are lots of like dudes in like metal dudes in my fan base, like in my server.
Yeah, you showed me like the Cannibal Corpse cover. Something that your imps produced.
They did. They did that themselves. Yeah, right? They did that themselves. Actually, they're making music on their own. Yeah. So I'm glad to like give them platform. Like just, you know, like just like you know, in the hardcore scene, like if you have the bigger platform, you give highlight to the people like that are not seen as much, right? It's the same exact thing.
I guess like but I guess this is the one advantage. Would you say this is the one advantage as a solo artist, well, the VTuber, that you're on your own, so that you can like very freely collaborate and you don't need to get so much approval from everyone to do what you
I don't have to do that.
Do you feel this is a very good thing for you?
I think so. Like I feel like I don't have to answer anyone, of course. Like but like I don't like I can just collaborate with anyone I want, or do things like talk about things however I want, especially too because I'm not in a corporation. Like I'm not under a corporation, right? I'm completely indie, like in DIY we trust, motherfuckers. So like that's the thing.
This is gonna be our eternal theme. Just DIY.
In DIY.
Do it yourself if you want to do it correct.
Yeah. So you don't entrust it with like people with, you know, like ulterior motives and stuff, especially power. Like with money, power, fame. We don't give a shit about that. We don't care. We just want to make music, man. Right? Like it's all the same for everyone.
Like, make music too, but just have fun with good friends. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
like that's the thing, because we've been friends for a long time. Like, oh my god, we've been friends for almost a decade now. So
long time.
So we have a really long history, and I'm so glad to. I didn't really imagine to be working with you musically, because we've always been homies. We're just buddies and stuff. Like ever since we went to that Descendants show,
Yay,
that was our first show, like going together.
Very cool old people.
Yeah.
Check them out too.
Right.
If you have time.
Yeah, Descendants.
Descendants.
Very cool
when I'm old
people.
I want to be like them.
Yeah, they're really good. So that's the thing.
Really
like, I never imagined that I would be able to like collab with you like this musically, because we go to like our hikikomori support group day trips, right? So it's just like when those days when we were like just like hanging out, I don't think you really listened to Spirit Box and more progressive metal stuff. No, at the time, like when
you listening already?
I've started listening. I've only started actually appreciating gent and progressive stuff like last year. Last year. Yeah, man, I'm 10 years late.
I mean, that's totally
because you know
like
my roots, right?
People come to appreciate different things.
Yeah,
different
like
time.
I
It's
listen to like
nothing
bands
really
like
changed at that time.
Converge, Mathcore, and all that shit. Like
Yeah.
and Envy, of course, screamo, like the '90s screamo and all that stuff. But yeah, I
Yeah,
never.
like, we knew both like we were both musical and the
Yeah.
good stuff, but yeah, I didn't see that what I do and what you do
would
really
cross over.
connect. Yeah,
Yeah.
crossover. Yeah, there wasn't any crossover, but
Right, but
you know,
now here we are
like
today.
when you approach, like when you approached as a VTuber, like you're showing Spirit Box and the gent stuff, and
You were surprised,
okay,
right?
so
Like
what's
what?
her musical style changed
My
a lot,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Because before, like, you know, the shows that we went to is just like completely different from what I do today.
Hardcore, yeah, like there's nothing much about
Nothing,
the
yeah.
progressive metal really. It's like a very aggressive hardcore stuff.
So
Yeah.
people
Yeah,
change, you know.
People change. Yeah,
But
I
for
mean,
the better. I
you
mean,
still have like a hardcore girl in
Yes,
yourself
yeah,
too.
yeah. I'm
obviously
still
have
like my
myself
roots. I
too,
will
so it's not
always
like
have
we
my
lost
roots.
it, yeah, or we changed it. It's just like
I'm just expanding my horizons,
our
I
palette
guess.
became bigger. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Just the expansion.
Yeah.
It's not like we changed or
No, no
nothing
fundamental
bad thing,
change. It's
really.
just like more like kind of like update, a software update.
That's right. That's what we update.
Ne.
Capable of appreciating more variety.
More
of
variety,
music.
yeah, definitely. And
Right.
the thing is, like, did you know, Imps, that Hayato can rap? Like, I really loved your rap song. Oh my god! Like, how did you do that?
No. Oh no.
Yes. Hold on. I want them to listen to it. Like, now you're gonna listen to it, Imps. I'm gonna make them listen, and you're gonna sit there and listen to Hayato's song. Hold on. Do you mind? It's okay, right?
Yeah,
I'm shilling
of
my
course, of
friend.
course. Yeah, it's fine.
Hold on. Okay, first I want them to listen to like the my favorite song that you did, like in the last 4 years. I really love this. The one, if there ever was anything that I meant as love, it was for you. I really love this. So I'm gonna send the link to the Imps so that they can see the video. But I'm gonna play it
Yeah.
I'm gonna play it in the background. So hold on, let me just turn off my BGM and turn on the song.
Sure.
So you won't hear it in our between our call, but in the stream they can hear it. Hold on, I'll play it.
Okay. I'm impressed that you're doing all this technical stuff yourself as well. Like,
About
I'm
that.
so confused.
About that. So I'm playing it in the background now.
Okay. So yeah, this kind of thing I like. I hope some of you like it. Obviously, not everyone's cup of tea, but if you kind of discover new music because of this, then I'm very happy.
Yeah, so I sent them the link so they can listen to it themselves. But I really love like her vocals here. Oh my god, she's so good.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. So
I think there are many like I'm sure like you know from the Ipsco talents too. Like there are so many great talents just undiscovered.
exactly, right? Yeah, there are a lot of talented people in my server that just don't have any visibility.
It's almost impossible to just know everyone, and like I think it's a lot to do with luck or how they expose themselves.
Nah.
That's the key to becoming success. But that's a shame because so many undiscovered amazing talents are wasted. It's a shame, really.
It's a shame, nah, because they don't get the platform that they deserve.
Right. And like a lot of them really love music, and if they could make enough, like if they could make living out of it, or if they're just like not poor, if they could pay the bill, then happily do the music. So.
Hold on. I think. Sorry. I think the Imps are not hearing your vocals. Not vocals. Your voice, rather. I think because of the. Let me just adjust the volume. Gomenne? See, you said that you're impressed by my technical abilities, but no. Actually, my streams always have technical problems. Right, Imps? Holy shit! Like they in VTubing we call it scuff, and my the technical difficulties are we call it scuff. So scuff.
You have all these new words that I have to all remember.
大丈夫だよ。大丈夫。You don't have to remember that. It's useless vocabulary.
Words that I should know?
No, it's useless. No, you don't have to like learn all of this stuff. Like I mean, but like in VTubing.
It's got talent.
Yeah, like in あれなんだよ。What was I saying? Like whenever I stream, I always have technical difficulties. Like sometimes I mute myself accidentally. Sometimes so I just keep on talking and while I'm muted, and then I realize in the chat like, Mana, you're muted. What the fuck? And I'm like, oh shit, I muted myself again. And sometimes if I forget to turn on the reverb, because sometimes like my last stream was like karaoke stream, so I put the reverb on, and then when I go back to like my chatting stream, I talk in reverb for like 5 minutes like this. How do you like my voice now?
Reverb, massive reverb voice. You're like you're in a cave or something.
Like I always have problems, so don't praise me for my technical ability, because it's really oh my god. I'm barely hanging. They call me a boomer yokai.
It's okay, it's still yeah.
Boomer yokai because I don't know how to technology. Yeah.
It's fine. It's still streaming, so it's a lot better than lot better than some streams.
I also like there was
like,
one
as an event organizer. Sometimes I help the like online Zoom session for academic events and stuff as well. But it's so complicated sometimes. So yeah, I understand
like,
that
I can't
there are
stand
few
it.
mishaps and stuff, but I'm glad the imps are kind enough to be very
like
very
they always like
to your scuffs.
Yeah, they are. They don't care. I actually, if there's no scuff, they would be like, "Where's the scuff?" They would be surprised. Like, is it really Mana?
Like something is too good.
Is it really a Mana stream if there is no scuff? So this is my brand.
Imposter.
I guess this is my brand, quote unquote brand now. Yeah. Like I always just have technical problems and shit. I swear I try my best to like check everything, but there's something that always happens, like when my model freezes or like my internet is shit, or like I don't know, there's just so many things going on. Like it's just so unpredictable every single time, so I can't promise them that my streams are always gonna be scuffless, because I don't know.
Right.
So they just gotta have to like deal with it and embrace the scuff.
Embrace the scuff.
Embrace the scuff.
I mean, it's the same as the life and the band and the music as well, even. I mean, I can't remember what was it exactly, but there are certain things it just, comes out from the accident. That's pretty cool too, when you're writing a song or when you're mixing, So yeah.
Happy accidents, as
scuff,
Bob
I'm
Ross
sure
said.
they have been. Yeah, happy accidents, exactly. Things happen, and that life lesson goes to anything we do. So.
Yeah, the IGT is a happy accident too. Like the Imps Got Talent, it was happened out of like just my whim. Like it was just like a something that I wanted to try, because like I don't think a lot of I don't think other VTubers have done that for their fan base. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. But like just an entire stream of just their fan base singing and performing instead of them performing for everyone. So it was like, and also it was a good way to bond with the community, because everybody was just like positive with each other. Like they were encouraging people with the stage fright to just like go for it, and encouraging each other. Like you're doing
like
well.
I don't really know what other VTubers are like, but I think this is a very two-way traffic community. That's I feel is already very impressive. That how you kind of manage to keep your fans so close and so creative. That's very cool. I think it's a very nice thing that you do.
I try to like just let them be like let them be their authentic selves, because I can't like I said, I have no script. I can't act for shit. I can't act out of a paper bag. So I mean, why would I require the same thing for my fan base? Like I would want them to feel as free as I do, right?
like they've been staged. Yeah.
So like
I think that's like a big reason why imps can stay very comfortable talking to you as well. So
I hope so.
It's a very, very positive thing, I think.
Yeah.
You hope so, yeah.
I hope so, because like I've been trolling them a lot. Because that's what I do. I rickroll them sometimes. I post. I shit post a lot, you know. But I guess this is all in good fun, and I think they understand my nature now.
I checked your Twitter and like, okay, shit post.
Yeah.
Shit post. Maybe something productive. Shit post.
Maybe something productive, yeah. Because like, you know what?
Yeah.
My highest, the most like retweeted or the most likes that I get on Twitter are like my shit posts. Like it's just the nature of Twitter. Like I mean, on YouTube, of course,
it's
yeah. So there's really like if you wanna like kind of just interact with your fan base, you just have to shit post once in a while, I guess.
It's like a very common problem for that. It's like a shit post, like a 20,000 RTs. Then like when you actually reach the, hey, this is a new song that we spent hours and hours, and like a 5 retweets.
It hits, yeah, that hits different. Yeah, that is definitely the reality of the situation.
That's like, that's a reality of like being an artist. He also likes shit posts.
Yeah, the shit posts are the ones that get more attention. But I guess you know it helps with your social media presence. I mean, I get like the before I absolutely hate Twitter. Like I never had Twitter when before doing VTubing, but like when I started VTubing, I guess I have to do it now. Shit, oh my god. So I actually, it took me so long to like get used to like the Twitter platform and to actually like be able to get used to it comfortably, like. Because it's always been a struggle with me, because I don't really like posting, like it's very short too. Like the characters are really short. Like I like posting stuff with like long-winded like ramblings, right? But like with this, it's totally different. You have to be concise and you have to be like straight to the point, and you have to like, I don't know, like there's it's just a totally different platform that I absolutely hated. But I guess now that I found so many artists as well that I can commission for art. I guess that Twitter really helps with that. Like I and so many people I've discovered like making my fan art with using my hashtag. So that's really pretty cool, like to see how like how they interpret me, like, you know, as a character, like they interpret mana. Like especially because I'm a Futakchionna, right? Like, but in my model you can't really see the back of my head, so it really makes me happy when they put out art with like their own interpretation of how the back of my head looks like, the second mouth. Yeah, so it's really fun. I don't know, like they make
there's a mouth behind your head. Okay, I didn't know that.
そうだよ、Futakchionna だって。
スタクションだもんね。そりゃそうだな。そうなんだ。
そうだよ。You can't really see it, but like, yes.
Yeah. So there will never be a scene where it's shot from the back.
From like, I mean, like in my Usewa video, like my mama actually made a canon like a canon mouth, I guess. like that's like what my mouth, the back of my mouth, back of my head mouth looks like in my Osawa video. At the end of the video. Yeah, but I'm, you know, like I'm always open to like Imp's different interpretation of the back. Yeah, because that's what makes it more exciting.
I think
right?
yeah. Definitely. I mean, for the art as well, like this time, like you decided to, like we've already discussed this, but like, you know, like, well, if you go on to explain about the words, you're gonna kind of give more specific image that you want the listeners to have as well. But sometimes, depending on the song, the open to interpretation works better as well. So
so they can personalize it. Like for example, like
totally.
Like,
exactly,
I'm not gonna interpret my song for them like on stream. Like for like the words are there, and it's up to them how it fits in their lives. Because I think like as long as it hits them in the feels, right? That's all that matters to me.
I think so. Like,
I don't have to go out of my way to like, oh, this line is about this and that.
Difficult to relate, but yeah, exactly. But obviously, like from the feedbacks I've been reading, it seems that lots of people can relate to what you're feeling. Yeah. So obviously, you've delivered it really well.
Thank you.
It's a good balance.
Yeah, like I was really anxious because it's the first song, right? I mean, I think it's the same experience for everyone who's just.
That song is always the most difficult thing, I think. So.
Yeah. So now that we've passed that hurdle.
頑張ったね。
ありがとう。
本当に。はい。
I would
think
never.
I'm getting a bit hungry, so is it okay for me to go off soon, or is there any more questions?
Like just discuss? Last questions for the imps. For you.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, imps, ask your questions now, cause like Hayato is getting hungry and he has to.
Last chance.
Come on, let's go.
お腹空いちゃったよ。お腹空いちゃいましたね。ごめんね。
Actually, my streams last for like 4 hours or longer, so I don't think you have that.
マジで？すごいね。4時間もかかんの。すごい体力あんな。
Because I always go off tangent でしょ? Like I always talk about certain things.
But you keep like speaking at this rate for 4 hours. That's super impressive, and your vocal cords must like super.
It has a workout, yeah. My last karaoke session was 3 hours and a half, so I guess it was okay.
Yeah, like when I heard that, it's like, oh my god, that's impossible for me. Like 3 hours.
Yeah, and you've been in a band for like how so long, right? They've been performing
tens of years. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god,
crazy.
So yeah, let's see. Let me just scroll back if I miss a lot of important questions.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh yeah, by the way, like when you write for like a lyric, like let's talk about like because you're also a vocalist and you're also like you also write your own lyrics. So how do you what is your process in writing?
Lyrics writing is literally like until I get something I want to write about, I don't get anything. That's total opposite of my songwriting process. Like literally, if there's no inspiration, I don't write it. The problem is that because like I can't associate to the content, I can't put my full feeling into it. So I can't just like write something mediocre if it's personal. But also like I came up with the other plan, which is like I take like a story, like say なんだろう、おとぎ話とか昔話とか。
はいはいはい。Okay.
So like there's one song I based 竹取物語って知ってる？ It's about a story about a little girl who was born from bamboo. Like guy cut the bamboo and there's a little girl.
Okay. I remember that. Yeah.
And it actually relates to the space traveling and it's like a huge big scale old story. Yeah.
Wait, what song is that? Can you send me that? I haven't heard of that. Because the thing about you is like I always get frustrated because you don't post the lyrics. You should post the lyrics on Bandcamp. Onegai!
Yeah, so but anyway, like I will post later. Yeah.
Okay,
but
please
anyway,
post it later.
So things like that, or like for Senju and Ashura and Amida, I actually wrote whole huge story to make a 3
like
album.
the Yojijukugo.
There's nothing I wanted to write for 3 album worth of stuff. So I just created a story and I made each song to represent certain scene of the story.
Yeah, that's really hard.
That's a way of me creating the content because simply I don't have anything that I could relate to. But for the like last couple of years also, it's a lot less so. Like I just had certain things I pick up. Like the newest song I wrote, The Fake Throne, that was about people becoming so confident that they're right about what they think about the current situation. Like, you know, vaccines are all like government's plans to control you or things like that.
The conspiracy theories.
It's like, yeah, and conspiracy like they are so confident about it.
Yeah, like they're spreading
what
fake
makes
news.
You so confident?
Yeah, they're like, not scientists, right?
Yeah, like no science, no logic into it, and like that really frustrated me. So that was enough to drive me to write one.
Yeah, it's always the frustration, right? that drives
For
you.
the aggressive songs, frustration mostly.
Yeah, definitely.
But like, probably you can tell I'm not super angry person most of the
No,
time.
never.
So,
oh my
like,
god, I've never seen you angry.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. So to find like something that I can be super aggressive about, it's quite rare opportunity.
Rare, definitely
so.
rare. So
when I find that kind of certain feelings, I do base my lyrics on it. But about like when I don't find one, I just base on a story that I like. Then I try to write, or I try to think what I would feel if I were the character in that story. That seems to be most effective.
Yeah, and also like it.
But yeah, it's always about the feeling. Yeah. It's not about how beautiful the world is. It's how abstract and how artistic your language might be.
Very much in touch with your feelings.
It's not really like my thing. I try to keep the language concise and simple, so that people can relate it a lot better.
Yeah, like I really liked that album. Was it Senju that you have like all the titles are in Yojijikugo?
Oh, that would be Ashura. Yeah, that would be Ashura. Yeah, that was the most aggressive one.
That's like I can't really match your personality with that album with you. It's just
definitely.
So difficult for me.
That was the album I thought like, okay, I'm never ever going to write anything more aggressive than this album. I just wrote
okay.
that. So.
That's good. You got that out of your system.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's kind of why I became probably a lot more melodic after that, because I felt like I've done everything I wanted to do is the aggressive and technical music there. Good. I mean, I still write it because it's fun to write it, but it's not like I had a purpose of trying to drive myself into writing that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, one question for you from Brendan Ang. Question for producer: is it okay if you can give a brief description of your production setup? Software, hardware.
Production setup. Yeah. Ooh, yes, that's kind of things that nerds love. Yeah. But actually, it's like kind of quite depressing, maybe. Like because I live in Thailand and I travel between Japan and Thailand. Like the setup needs to fit in a suitcase, so that limits like what I can really afford to have.
Right.
So like. What I'm using for this recording, what I used is like a Shure earphone. I think that was 214, 215. Anyway, it's like a cheaper end of the in-ear monitor for the Shure. Then that's about like $100 or so. But I use earphones and like no monitors because I just can't bring the monitors between, speakers between country every time I move.
Right, yeah.
But earphone that fits into the pocket. Then I just have my MacBook Pro and Logic, and even for the plugins, the like amp simulator, I just use the Logic default amp simulator that comes with the program. It's actually I wouldn't say it's actually good, but like because of that, it's laptop and the power is like resources limited. You have to kind of think where you want to put your CPU power into.
That's true.
And it comes to the place, like I've come to the place where I'm not so much of a guitarist anymore, that I don't really have very specific sound that I like. I just, as long as it's the sound that works with the music, I don't really mind so much what kind of sound.
Right.
Like if like a gent scene is like a super specific and they have very, very like a specific sound they want, like Axe effects or the DS, like a neural sound. No, I forgot. But so like there are certain plugins and drum samples that they really, really love using. Right. And if you want that sound, then that's the only way to go. But if it comes to like just getting a good sound, it's just not so much of what you want to choose. So I just choose the Logic amp simulator and the Logic bass simulator to put the instruments. Now, I even use a drum sample from the Logic ones.
Wow.
But then when it comes to the mastering and mixing, it's a very different story.
Yeah.
Like when you use the Logic ones, it just doesn't come across as punchy, as direct and as clear. So I'm using lots of the Waves plugins, and also I'm using the Pop filter, which is like which like imitates the tape saturation. So like when you play the music through tapes, there's a certain distortion
frequency.
that kind of makes the sound
that
like
gives
warmer
off that
or
sound.
like a little more analog.
Okay. That makes sense.
So like when you so like when you put everything digital, like even the amp simulation, like things becomes a little too digital or too unnaturally clear. So when you use this kind of filter or saturation distortion, that helps it to bring a little more.
That's why I collect vinyl
kind of natural
records.
And it feels
It's still different to hear music from vinyl. Like it's just a totally
different
hearing
definitely. Yeah, you collect
experience.
vinyl, don't you?
Yeah, I do, right? I still collect. I actually just received my, my Spirit Box, what do you call it? Their album. I just received it, so I'm gonna listen to it soon.
Excellent. Yeah, vinyls have technically a lot narrower frequency range, so it shouldn't sound better because obviously digital music and the CDs produce much wider range of sound, but you know, like just the vinyls have certain way of producing the sound and a certain way of distorting the sound that appeals to the ears. So sometimes you use the digital plugins to actually like imitate that kind of thing too.
Right. That's
but yeah, so what I use is mostly just a laptop and the earphone, and the plugins are all inside so that I don't need to bring any hardware. But for the interface, for the recording, you need the interface. So I'm using the Fireface UC, which is the brand called RME, which is supposedly very, very stable, and it has been performing really well. Like the worst thing for the interface is that when you did a great performance, it just doesn't record properly or it just crashes. So
yes.
Oh my God. Obviously good sounding preamps and like a nice ADA converters are important, but like you know, it will never actually be the good performance. So you know that like for me anyway, the most important thing is a stable performance. Just you know, it doesn't go wrong, then that's good. Then finally the mic. Mic is something that you're looking to at the moment. The Shure SM7, I'm using that, but not the SM7B.
I just bought one.
It's like an older, it's the older model with like an older Shure logo, which
it's
doesn't
an old
really sell
SM7.
anymore. So yeah.
I bought the SM7B.
So like before that. Yeah. Oh, you already bought?
Yeah, I have it now.
Ah.
But it's not my current setup right now. I haven't opened the box yet.
SM7s are really good for the both screaming and singing. If you do both singing and screaming, like when it comes to just singing, like probably condenser mics are always better because they'll record more nuance, like how you breathe, how you breathe out, and how you pronounce certain words. They'll record your voice much more accurately with the condenser mics. But the problem is that they are so sensitive that they'll start recording your room as well.
Yeah, that's why you have to use it in a treated environment.
Right, or you go into the studio to record, but you know, it's expensive obviously to treat your room or hire like a renter studio. Then kind of the SM7 becomes such a good alternative because it's a dynamic mic, which means that the direction the mic can record is very, very narrow and focused. So it doesn't care where you're singing as much basically, but also means that you're gonna lose a lot of details as well. But when it's like when you do both singing and the screaming, it's kind of too much details can be bad thing as well, especially when your vocal levels are radically different as well. But if you use the SM7, then kind of it kind of finds a very good balance because it's for the broadcasting. Like it's very resistant to the poppy sound, like papi pupe po, gagigugego kind of thing. So like when you do the p, like if you have normal microphone, it makes a very low p sound. But for SM7, that will reduce a lot because the cage will force you to have a distance between the capsule and your mouth. So like you could sing as aggressive as you want and still this kind of the popping sound is kept minimal. So SM7 is very good for a person who can't really choose the room you're singing in and who would also do aggressive style of music.
That's why all of the metal vocalists have the SM7B.
Yeah, essentially, and like some vocalists even use it for recording because then you can handhold it a lot easier than other mics. Like if you handhold the condenser mic, it will record all the slight move of your hand.
Yeah, it will record everything.
Like it's just way too sensitive. Yeah, but SM7 it doesn't really manage to record that much details and still kind of focus on a very important part, which is your screaming. So that's good.
That's true. Also, another question. Also, any tips for someone who might be making sound/audio engineering as a career? What would you tell them? Any tips?
Yeah, basically just try to do the best with whatever the environment you have. Like, obviously there's certain limit, but it is surprising how much you can achieve with the like subpar equipment. Like, if you have a MacBook and Logic and just any interface that's record a microphone, if you really study and keep trying to get better and better sound, it's surprising how much quality, like how much good sound you can get with almost no money, or like money you pay for like 1 hour for professional studio or something like that. Like I think now the quality of equipments are ridiculously cost effective, that even with like a $200-$300 you can achieve extremely good result. And recording you had today, I just used the MacBook and the earphone, so it's, and plugins are probably the most expensive part, especially the waves, but it's still like considering if you have to pay like 20 hours in a professional studio to mix, it's a lot cheaper, and you don't get as good equipment, but
it can get you started.
You get as much hours as you want possible to actually mix and master to get it right. And like for this recording, for example, I produced 12 different versions.
Yeah, you did 13. No,
right, eventually.
13 versions.
So like 13 right?
Yeah.
So like it's very normal. You don't get it first time right, or you don't get it everything correct. You just have to keep trying and remember what worked and what didn't.
The last version that you told me, like you found, like you heard a frequency that you didn't like, so you change it. Yeah, I couldn't hear it, but of course,
especially when it gets to the very last part, it's like it's really hard to tell what is better and what's not, because it becomes very subjective opinion on what's better.
True.
And also depends on what listening environment you want to focus more.
Most people would just listen with cheap...
You want to focus on the fans. If you want to focus on the fans with subpar listening equipment, or like people who have proper speakers and a very nice listening room, then like how you want to mix and like how you want to finish the mastering would be very, very different. But yeah, this case, I think we did pretty good, especially with the cost. So I mean, it didn't cost us any money to produce this music. So.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Great.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing this for me.
You know, all the money you put into Mana will be 100% her profit, and that will be put back into creating more content.
Actually, yes, so, I will put it back to like making.
Buy her music, and she will be more active. It will be even more active.
Yeah, please also support
I did my producer job to sell the music as well.
Yay! Marketing.
Okay,
marketing
so
101.
I think I'm going off now.
All right.
Yes,
okay,
marketing is important too.
More last question. Let's
sure.
see. ごめんね. There's so many questions for you. Oh my god. You have new fans now.
That's okay.
when Hayato writes for himself, does he start with okay. I don't know if you answered it already. Does he start with a song or lyrics first?
songs mostly.
Okay.
Lyrics is very rare, but when I wrote for Mana, it was from lyrics. So
Yeah,
it
it was
really
totally
depends
different,
on what hits the inspiration earlier. But I mean, for me, lyrics inspiration is very difficult. So I normally just end up writing the song first, then think about the lyrical topic that fits into the song best. But if there is a good enough lyrical inspiration, then I write the song based on the lyrical inspiration. So it doesn't really matter as long as
it doesn't matter to you because you can just write.
Yeah, you just have to have something that clicks with you, that makes you feel like, okay, I want to write amazing song about this thing.
And also, someone asked a question. What was Hayato's personal favorite part in recording the song?
Favorite part in the recording the song?
Like what did you like about?
Actually, that would be just helping Mana to enjoy music again. That's my most enjoying person. Like, it's like, because I enjoy the music so much, it makes it kind of hard to see that people are not really enjoying the doing music.
Yeah, I almost wanted to give up at that time.
I mean, I've met, through my career, I met lots of people who make money through music, but a lot of them start to just not be as passionate about the music because it becomes too business-like. So there's too much problems that you have to face, or there's a human relationship that doesn't quite work out, and it's kind of sad because we all we are all doing music because we loved it at the beginning when we were doing it for fun. So when Mana was telling me that she's having a bit tough time, she's burnt out, I felt like, okay, so my purpose, actually I told Mana so many times through this process, her happiness is the most important thing. It doesn't matter if we make shit song, it doesn't matter if we don't get any views, as long as she writes a song that she's very happy writing and she enjoys the whole process of making, then that's my biggest achievement, making someone
you're
happy
such a good
through
friend.
music,
See, Imps, this is what healthy friendships look like. I'm so glad I have you as a friend, and we've been friends for years, and I'm so glad that you're able to support me in this.
So for me, music is my expertise, and that's the tool I'm most confident about. So being able to use music to make my dear friend happy again, that would be my most satisfying. That would have been my most satisfying experience. Yeah.
マジで I'm on stream だから。
マジだよ。
Okay, all right, but thank you so much. I mean, I really appreciate all the criticisms, the advice that you've given me. I feel like I have more confidence now to go and write another song again.
Yeah. I mean, at the moment anyway, because we haven't talked actually like this, with a actual voice for ages, but your tone sounds really happy.
So I'm so happy right now.
Enjoying life kind of thing.
So I'm living my best life.
But yay! So yay. Exactly. I mean, just being able to hear you happy like this is my pleasure. Really.
Oh, thank you so much. So how much do I have to pay you for saying these nice things?
No, you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay me. You can just advertise me. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
If there's any other VTubers who needs a song produced, maybe, or anything like that. But
yeah, but
no.
Definitely,
actually,
I'm gonna show
really
your
did
band.
it for friends. So literally, that you already paid enough in happiness.
Oh my gosh, really?
That was enough for me. Yeah.
That's so sweet of you. Oh my god, I'm so lucky to have good friends, Imps. Oh my god. To be surrounded by
and I'm so
people.
happy to have talented and nice friend like you too.
Yes. Yeah, same thing for me. Because you're insanely talented. You can just write music right off the bat. It was such an insane thing for me. Because I gave you my lyrics and I'm I want this song to feel kind of like this. And then you were okay, here you go. And I'm what the fuck? You did that in half a day. And I'm what the hell, man? So he came up with this song in like half a day. Like it was so fast. He is speed, man. God damn. So yeah.
Speed.
Speed.
Okay.
Speed, man.
じゃあそろそろ食べに行くわ本当に。
ごめんね。I always keep you on tangent. But yeah, はい。じゃあそれではい。そういうことで。
And so for all the imps who stayed for whatever, the 2 hours of this like rumblings and pointless conversation. Thank you so much for having me here and thank you for listening. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much, Hayato.
Yay. Okay, so I'm going off. Okay,
yeah,
bye
bye.
じゃあね everyone. またね。バイバイ。
Alright, there we go, imps. Alright, so now you're gonna be stuck with me for another 2 hours because we always have 4 hours. 4 hour streams. Every single time. Alright, so anyway. Let's see. Thank you so much, Hayato-san, for the information. I can produce my own music when I stop being lazy and poor. Well, yeah. I mean, like, I can always ask him, like, questions. Like, he's on Twitter. I'm pretty sure that he's gonna respond to whatever questions you have. I don't know. Just don't, like, bombard him with, like, so many questions, though. So to not inconvenience him. But in general, he's a really, like, straight-up good guy. Like, a very kind person. And always helpful, you know. Because look at me, like I have no theory and like I have no background in songwriting and like writing in general, but he helped me, you know, push me in that direction where, you know, I could be happy about what I'm writing about. So yeah. Let's see. Tell Hayato that he's just like me for real. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think all like the sound engineer / musician dudes in the on the stream would be able to relate to Hayato somehow, you know. So yeah, imps. What are we doing now after? Like, I don't know. Like, how do you feel about the song though? Like, what is your most favorite part of the song? If you could tell me, what do you like most about my song? Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I was talking to my mama on chat. Sorry. Okay, let's see. What were your favorite parts? De? It inspires me to work on music. The switching of the language always hits different. Yeah, I mean, we've always been talking like that. I mean, ever since we became friends because we're both like bilingual, stuff like that. It's just always like, you know, the same way I am at home, you know, with my parents and stuff. Like, we are always like doing this, and I just so happen to have friends who are also like who speak both languages. I just never learned how to speak in straight language. I have to switch. It's kind of hard. Let's see. It inspires me to. I like the bridge personally. Me too. I actually liked what I did for the melody in that, and also what Hayato did for the bridge. Like yeah. I love all the emotion I can feel in it. Thank you so much. The lyrics. You like my lyrics. Oh my god. Oh god, imps. Because it was all stream of consciousness, right? So it's kind of like I just arranged my random thoughts. And that's like how I write my lyrics, actually. A lot less harsh vocals than I anticipated, but that ending hits hard enough for the wait to be worth it. Okay, yeah, I mean, like, it's because the premise is it was a sad song. Like, it was just like more of like me. It was my therapy song, actually. Like, apart from actually getting help, you know, like professionally to deal with my burnout. That's also like my way of like dealing with my emotions, you know, like. We process emotions differently, right? So like instead of like lashing out to people that I care about, you know, I kind of like took my life by the collar, took myself by the collar and you know, get the help that I need, and actually like what do you call this, like deal with my own personal demons, like face myself, right? Like face my own issues, right? Like why am I feeling like this? Like what led me to feel like this, you know? It's really always like easier to like run away from your feelings. Easier to like that's why I titled the song Dissociation, because that's what I was doing the entire time. I was hardcore dissociating because I didn't want to deal with my feelings, with my situation at the time. I was just avoiding. But then at the end of the day, like nothing can be done productively if you just always run away from yourself, right? You can't run away from yourself. It will always haunt you. Like, so the best way to like deal with that, you know, with your issues, is to just like confront it head on, you know. So yeah, like Kuroaka, yeah, I do sing to cope with my feelings as well. But yeah, but also like apart from like tuning out, like, you know, like distracting yourself, like a lot of us distract ourselves to forget about negative feeling, but sometimes you have to sit and feel the negativity. Like you have to like just be comfortable with what you're like. You have to accept yourself, or like, what do you call this, like you have to like feel the emotion at the moment that you're feeling. And in that way, it would be a lot easier for you to process your feeling, and for you to identify what really is. What are you feeling? Are you feeling frustrated? Are you feeling sad? To easily identify the emotions that you have, like specifically what you are feeling. So I guess that's really important, especially if you write lyrics, if you're a musician. It's really important if you want to like convey a certain specific emotion, right? Like you have to be able to identify it within you yourself, right? Like you can't convey anything if you're incapable of like of identifying what you are feeling specifically by yourself, right? So it's a lot of work, because some people are like just too numb, right? Like they feel numb, especially when they are going through like clinical depression or other they have mental health issues, and they don't know like how to deal with certain things. Like they just run away, which is of course like, it's, you know, it's not like demonizing them, or like it's not like criticizing them or making fun of them for running away. But like, you know, most of us do, right? Most of us dissociate really hard. So that's the thing. Yeah, like when I wrote the song, I just kind of like wanted to confront myself and how I was feeling at the situation at the time. And because of that, because I was able to like maybe put it into words, I guess, like it helped me like just get over the situation real quick. Like I didn't have to like go through the same thing over and over again. It was pretty once I got over it, once I got it out of my system, I was back to my normal self again. So yeah, like, yeah, I think a lot of us here, you know, in the chat, like I'm pretty sure that you've experienced that, right? Like you've like when you're feeling such a negative feeling, and you just wanna dissociate. Like, yeah, we've all I doubt that anyone here has never dissociated in their life, once in their life, especially like in this like, you know, in the modern society that we have right now. Like it's I think that like dissociating is like the default response to any like negative situation. We just do things to distract ourselves rather than confronting them and dealing with our feelings. Yeah. How to even begin with facing everything? Like, sometimes you just have to take it one step at a time. You can't just like, you know, because it requires a lot of practice. So at first, like, you have to kind of like give yourself time, like just not listening to anything, getting away from distractions like social media or like music even, and just kind of like focus on what you're feeling. Like what like feel your heart. Like, you know, it's also has to do with like with your physical feeling as well. Like what are you feeling in your heart? Like, does it hurt? Like when you feel a certain emotion, for example, when you feel sad, where does it affect you physically? Because I think in psychology they call it somatics. So I think learning about somatics as well is really, really helpful in like identifying what feelings you are dealing with. Like, for example, when you feel sad, where do you feel it? Do you feel it in your heart? How do you feel it? Does it feel like a constricting kind of feeling, like that something is kind of like ripping your chest, or you're ripping your heart out, or like you know what I mean, you know? So it's kind of like something that you have to do by yourself, and it's not something that you can ask help with. I mean, you know, like a psychologist probably, or like a therapist can probably help you with that, like in jump starting, but like it's really something that you have to do yourself, or you'll never be able to identify it. So yeah. Just listen to the song. Great work. I've always felt dissociative when people pass away. I never cry in those situations. Yeah, that's definitely dissociating. Like, when the pain is too great, like sometimes you can't cry, right? When it hurts so bad, when it hurts so much, it's hard for some people to cry even when something happened to them so traumatizing. Like they just shut down. And they're unable to feel anything at all, if at all. Yeah. So focus on yourself and meditate on it. Yeah, like it's basically just like deep introspection. But I'm not like, you know, I'm still reading more about somatics and inner child work. So I think I you know, don't quote me on this, but like from my experience, that's what I did. That's how I processed my emotions. Wait, what's that? What it means I never cry? Well, you know, you probably are very like out of touch of your own, like you probably are not very in touch with your feelings. If you never cry, even in like very distressful situations, like in very heavily emotional situations, or like something negative happened to you or your family, and if you're incapable of crying, then because crying is a very natural response to like negative emotions, or like extreme emotions, right? Like when someone cries because they're overjoyed, or someone cries because they're really sad or frustrated or angry. I think crying is like a natural like evolutionary response for certain like extreme emotions. So if you're incapable of doing that, like, you know, something you might want to ask yourself a question. Why? First of all, ask yourself why. And you kind of like have to map it out, you know, like what happened to you, what happened along the way that led you to not be able to feel anything or to not cry. Did something happen to you in your family life, or in your personal life that hurt you really bad, and then after that, like, you were not able to feel anything anymore, or something like that? I'm not sure. I'm not a therapist, you know, so I don't know how the process, but like, you know, just first of all ask yourself why. No one can tell you how you feel. You gotta figure out on your own or with guidance with a yeah, that's true. You have to like that's why we need therapists, you know, to help guide us to like identify like what we are feeling and how can we deal with them in a positive way, like in a productive and non-destructive manner. That's why a lot of people like they deal with their emotions very differently. They turn to drugs, they turn to alcohol, they turn to like I don't know, their other addictions, because it's just that's how they deal with it. They've never learned a different way. Like they've never learned how to deal with their emotions in any other way apart from like, you know, self-destructive behaviors. So for me, like I don't have like I don't have clinical depression or anything, but like I try whenever I feel like a slump, like a depressive, I don't know, situational depression or all that negative feelings, I have to deal with them. I always try to kind of like identify what I'm feeling and kind of sit with it and try to find solutions and try to like channel it in such a way that it's more positive, like it doesn't gonna hurt, it's not gonna, in a way that it's not gonna hurt me and it's not gonna hurt anyone else, right? So that's what I'm doing. Of course, it's not perfect every single time, you know, like sometimes we lash out to the people that we love, we lash out to our friends, and you know, that's just, you know, shit happens and that's just human. But at the end of the day, like if you hurt someone you love, you always have to like learn how to apologize, like sincerely, because that's the thing really. Like all I need, if somebody like wronged me or somebody I felt like they did me wrong or something, I don't really hold grudges. Although I joke about holding grudges, I don't actually hold grudges, but like if the person actually just apologized to me with sincerity, that I can see it with their actions, because you know, real apology comes with actions, like with modified behavior. So and actual like genuine apologies are very specific. So for example, like they just don't say like, oh, I'm sorry this happened, or I'm sorry it turned out this way. How did it turn out this way then? Like how did what led to this situation? I want the other person to like, of course, like for me it's a two-way street, right? I want the other person to also acknowledge their role and what happened in the situation. It's not just like they're trying to like kind of distance themselves from the situation, like this happened, quote unquote, this happened, like I'm sorry that this happened. So how exactly that led to that, right? So you gotta own like the other person who tells me their apology. They have to own their role and their contribution on why the dynamic turned out that way, right? And for me too, I also try to recognize like my faults, because it's not a one-sided situation. Like you always have, whatever you are, like wherever you are in your situation, unless it's like an actual abuse, right? Like somebody like a battered wife, right? With an abusive husband, like that's a different thing. But like in friendships, right? For example, like you have like a falling out or something, we always have to recognize your role in it. Like what happened that made you contribute to that the dynamic turned out in that way, right? Because it's always like it takes two, right? But the thing is, like when you recognize too, like for me, I recognize my faults and I acknowledge that and I own it. But if the other person is, you know, doesn't acknowledge what their part in their role in the dynamic and how like it all fell apart, and just say like, oh yeah, I'm sorry this happened, blah blah blah, that's not a real apology, and I would never accept that unless the person would actually specifically like tell me, apologize to me, like what they've specifically done that actually like, you know, that hurt my feelings or stuff like that. And you know, I would accept that. But like an actual genuine apology does not start with, I'm sorry it happened like this. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah. What do you think, imps? Have you ever met people who apologized, who gave you a non-apology? Because yeah. Do you think I might dissociate even though my emotions are almost always present? Just questioning my own logic here. Actually, yeah, like people with ADHD, they are known to like dissociate a lot, because it's just like, you know, when they were babies, they and their caregivers were like not in tune with them. They wanted to get their as you know, infants, they wanted to get their needs met, but their caregivers are always not there for them emotionally, connecting with them. So like some kids children tune out, and that's where like I think the like ADHD starts. I'm not sure. I think Gabor Mate, Dr. Gabor Mate talked about ADHD a lot, and how like it starts with like, you know, the disconnect from the primary caregiver. It's not because like they have a bad parent or anything, because, you know, like everyone else, like not all parents, like our parents are not perfect, even though how much regardless of how much they try to be perfect parents, they will always fuck up their children regardless, right? Like my parents fuck me up a little bit, but just a little bit, so I can have a little bit of sense of humor. But like I'm not like a total fucked up person, but like, you know, they have a part on like in shaping who I am today. But yeah, so yeah, you might want to look into that. Like you might probably have like, you know, attention like problems, or like an ADHD, or probably you're in a spectrum. I don't know. Like just ask some questions, and then go to a professional. Definitely don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it, imps. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a mental health care professional, but like I'm just talking based on my experience. By that point, I probably have already cut off the person and left. Yeah, I would have done it too. Like, I mean, that's like my go-to response in those types of situations. But there are certain people, you know, like some, like for example, like the friends that you've known for a long time, stuff like that. It's kind of hard to cut them off, you know. What do you mean equal shift? Wait, what? I think you just blew my mind. What do you mean? Blew your mind with what? I was literally about to say that a huge struggle for me because I have ADHD. Yeah. What you just like? Yeah, like I said, like this, like when you have ADHD, you dissociate hardcore. Like I have my best comrade has like ADHD, and she said like, yeah, my go-to is just dissociating. That's just her. So you know what we do is like, you know what she does is she calls me, and then we chat for a while, and then we dissociate together. Like when we have like stressful days, like we're just on call, right? After we chat a little bit, we start doing other things, and you know, we're just like enjoying each other's company in silence, or whatever the fuck we're doing respectively, not related to each other. So I'm just on call, and she's just on call. Like, you know, I do my thing, she does her own thing, but we're like kind of like together but apart. So yeah, have some friends that you can dissociate with. Yeah, it's definitely helpful. And so understanding, because some people like, oh, when you're on call you have to be like talking to them, chatting to them constantly. No, like with my comrade, like I just, since she is like really like she's been suffering with ADHD, I know that she dissociates a lot. So like when she starts dissociating, I also start doing other things, but I don't end the call, you know. So but when I have like an idea in my mind, I just chat with her, and then she responds with me, and then we go back to dissociating again. Yeah. So that's the thing, you know, like just have understanding people in your life. So yeah. Let's see. Let's read the comments. I'm usually alone, but so it's pretty difficult to be heard. It's okay. You'll find your people soon. Just put yourself out there. I've met people that don't apologize. When they apologize, it's basically, yeah, that was bad. What did you mean? Yeah, I did. Did you mean it? Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's true, Proxy. Like that's why I don't like those types of apologies. Like, yeah, like they don't own their role in the situation, where they just completely remove themselves from the situation. It's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry that this happened. Why exactly did it happen, right? Like, what led to this, right? What led to this falling apart? So that's the thing. Sometimes I apologize just to diffuse the situation because I really don't understand the person, why the person got mad. Don't do that, because like if you don't understand the situation, like how the person got mad, if they don't explain to you why they got mad, then also like that's not a good thing. You can't be like just apologizing for the things that you didn't do. That's not good. That's a mood. That's a whole mood. Except I dissociate a lot when heavy emotions are involved. Outside of that, my emotions are basically my sleep. Yeah, that's the point of like dissociation. It's like when you're in extreme, like when someone is feeling like extreme emotions, especially like negative emotions. That's when dissociation usually happens. I do need to become a member. Do I need to become a member to get into the Discord? No, actually, oh shit, I forgot to actually like post the Discord invites. Hold on, Avier, could you give me the invites? Sorry. Okay. Oh, it also didn't help that ADHD has been very misunderstood by the vast majority. But yeah, like when people like have ADHD, when they dissociate, they tend to be forgetful, or like they forget to respond to text, and then people who at the receiving end of it, like, oh yeah, you didn't respond to my text, and then the other person was just like dissociating really hard, and they was just like, oh shit, I forgot to respond. But like, yeah, it's not like they mean to hurt you or to like to be like maliciously like not responding to your text. It's just probably because like they're having a really bad ADHD episode that they're just dissociating all over the place. Thank you, Avier. I have ADHD and never realized that I dissociate a lot. I honestly wondered at times if I was a psychopath or something. No, actually no. You're that's like dissociating is a natural, like perfectly natural thing when you are suffering from ADHD. I don't think you're a psychopath. And also having that kind of self-awareness is like that alone, like you having that observation of yourself means that you're not a psychopath. Do you take a test to know if you have ADHD? Actually, I would recommend that you would see a professional. But I think there are some tests like with, not non-diagnostic tests, but like kind of like give you like a maybe like a sneak peek, or maybe like I should see a professional because I scored high in this and that. I need to talk to my friend though. I don't have the link, but she also took the test. Yeah, and she might get like diagnosed, like, officially. That explains some things. I've been told I have ADHD, but never dig deep into my condition aside of what I know and have been told as a child/teenager. Actually, most of like people when they say like ADHD, it's just like the attention span, right? Like you have an attention span of a squirrel or something. But it actually it's more than that. Like the ADHD, people who suffer from ADHD have like organizational problems. Like they can't like organize tasks, right? Like if there's like, for example, like they have to clean a room, they don't know where to start, right? So they just end up not cleaning the room and doing other things instead. Like they don't know if they should wash the dishes first or they should like clean the living room first. Like they get overwhelmed with like organization, with like, organizing their thoughts, organizing the chores or something like that. So they just end up not doing anything. And I know that there are like there's more to ADHD than just like having like short attention span. Like I forget like the most, but like the one that struck with me, like yeah, they're forgetful also because yeah they tend to dissociate a lot. Let's see. Welcome Discord imp. I knew I was doing something bad, apologizing all the time. No, it's not bad. Like I mean, it's bad for you because like it means like that other people can abuse you. Like it just means that you're a pushover. Like, like the next time they would do something bad and then you apologize for the thing that they did that you didn't do. So then it would open the floodgates to you like just, accepting abuse from other people. So you need to be careful, like on like, you know, like how you deal like with like conflict. Just know like the entire context. Like for example, if you really know that you didn't do anything, but you just want to diffuse the situation, don't back down. You know, you kind of have to like let the other person realize what they did. You know, don't just apologize for something that you didn't do. That takes, you know, that also would like chip away at your like self-confidence as well. That's like gaslighting yourself, you know. You know that you didn't do anything wrong, but you're apologizing anyway. That's the worst thing that you could do to yourself, is gaslighting yourself. I don't know if it's valid, but I'm usually distracted when I walk on the street because I'm thinking. Sometimes my relatives talk to me, but I don't notice because I'm thinking. Yeah, you're dissociating. You're thinking, like you're not in the situation. Like this dissociating is not being in the moment. Like people have a hard time being in the moment, you know, when you're dissociating. And then the random spurs of I should do this task I put off for a week. Yeah, there you go. I know a lot of people here with ADHD can relate to that, right? I don't have ADHD, but I have like sometimes I get like organizational problems as well. But not too much. I'm usually more like I'm actually like a very normie. But you know, when there are like overwhelming situations, of course, like I have problems with organization, decision making, and stuff like that. When I'm like under like extreme stress. But with people with ADHD, I think it's like 24/7. Like it's a lot harder to do everyday tasks for them. And we have to like look, like it's not about like, you know, like, oh yeah, you have ADHD, like and kind of like demonize the condition. What we want is like more awareness that sometimes, you know, like a lot of people actually have this, and if a friend of yours didn't reply to you and they have ADHD, they didn't reply to you immediately or forget to do something that you asked them to do, sometimes we need to see these people with compassion. Like, you know, maybe they're just having an episode, like, and like ask them why, like how, like are they having a bad episode or something like that, and just talk about it, support them, not kind of like shame them because like they have ADHD, you know. We have to be understanding. Let's see. You know, once I was told before that I had ADHD. I didn't believe it as a kid because the medicine I was given back then made me kind of zombie-like. But now I feel like they were right again. Yeah. I mean, yeah. If you were on Prozac, probably, yeah, you were probably like feeling like a zombie because it suppressed a lot of your like. I don't know what Prozac does, but it probably turned off a lot of stuff in your brain. My stepdad is unfortunately like that. I'm really sorry to hear that. Like, you know, yeah, sometimes we are not lucky. I'm just lucky enough to have like really understanding people in my social circle when I was dealing with my situation, stuff like that. Like I was burned the hell out and having situational depression and all that stuff. Like they're all supportive of me. Friends, even my family. Like I didn't really know the full context, but they were just like, yeah, just chill out, you know, like don't overwork yourself. Just find time to like do your regular nature trips and stuff like that. Mana, ADHD people have trouble. No, that's just an example. You know, Sharker XD, that's just an example. One example, like organizational problem, like organizing tasks. That's just like, you know, that's what the example that I gave is like just an example. Just like for organizational problem. But like basically, yeah. It's a little bit difficult for people with ADHD to organize tasks. Especially if it's not like, I think people with ADHD have like for what my friend told me in her experience, like she can complete tasks much better if they're in chunks, like if they're step by step instead of like just giving her the entire thing, and then like just gets too overwhelming and couldn't get anything done. I might have some ADHD now that y'all are explaining that I'm understanding it better. Well, it's definitely good that you would read up on it, and then like definitely highly recommend getting professional help, or like just getting, if you want to just like, out of curiosity, just you want to get yourself checked, because like understanding your mental state is like it's a game changer, because you would know how to approach yourself, right? You can be strategic about it. If you do have like certain mental health issues, then if you have a definitive diagnosis by a professional, then you can start actually like dealing with your situation in a more specific manner, the way that it's tailored to you. I always feel like I need to apologize for everything. First, if someone is angry at me, though I am in the right, I apologize to make sure I keep harmony and don't get hurt by them. No, yeah, you gotta start setting boundaries, because because then the other person would be like, yeah, they would just apologize. Even if I'm a shitty friend to them, they would just apologize anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? That's not how you want. That's not the kind of relationships that you want in your life, right? Hello, Mana. Just passed by the stream, but unfortunately, I still got a long day ahead. Advance Happy New Year and much love from the Philippines. Hey, Subaru-kun. Thank you so much for dropping by. Yeah, I'm gonna open it up for like, I don't know, like public viewing anyway. Like, this is like a regular stream, so it's always gonna be there. The VOD is gonna be there. I hope I don't need medicine to deal with my thoughts. You know, I don't think you have to, you know. There are some therapists who don't really like, who would like just, there are different ways to the therapeutic ways in dealing with ADHD, and not just like resorting to medicine. Although some people would prefer that, and you know, it's their choice. But there are ways to deal with mental health issues that don't have to resort in, you know, getting a prescription. It's not always that way. It's always like, you know, there's always different ways in approaching things, I guess. And of course, I can't tell you exactly what you should do, because I'm just a VTuber, dude. I just go get some help professionally. I'm just talking about it to raise awareness and like, you know, relating to my situation and stuff like that, and the people that are close to me. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad like I kind of like, you know, raised up some points that made sense to you. That's achievement enough for me. I hope I don't. Let me see. I actively avoided taking meds as a kid because I hated how they made me feel. Yeah, and it's. I bet I've never been on any medication with regards to that, like dealing with mental health situation or mental health issues. I've never had any of that clinically. So yeah, I can imagine they might have had like really weird side effects, because it's like your bodily chemistry probably did not respond well to the medication. Being paralyzed by choice, is that a thing for ADHD that usually happen to me? There's like, you know, I think that's a trauma response. I don't know if it's necessarily because of ADHD, but it is indeed a trauma response. When you're like, there are different kinds of trauma responses. Like some people fawn. They freeze, right? Fawn, freeze. I don't know. It's like a fight or flight response. Some of them like they would get really aggressive and as a trauma response, or some of them would really would freeze, would shut down completely as a trauma response to a very, very, very traumatic situation, or a very hurtful situation. Well, I don't know if I have anything, but I relate to a lot of mental disorders, but I'm not going to check it because, well, I'm male. What? You're not going to check it out because you're male? What does it have to do with you being a dude? I think you should do that, especially because you're a dude. Because, like, our society is imposing a lot of, like, kind of, like, weird standards towards men. Like, oh, you're a man, you shouldn't feel anything. You're a pussy. No, dude, like, no. Don't subscribe to that bullshit, man. Like, I think you would be more in touch with your masculinity if you are also in touch with your feelings, you know. Just look at Hayato, right? Like, he's so confident about his own like self. He's confident about his masculinity, but he's also very sensitive, you know. Like, he's just like a very secure person. It's all about the feelings, man. You might not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. You have to feel the feels. Self-diagnosing is not a good thing in any case. Getting in touch with a doctor is massive. Yeah, definitely. That's why I kept on telling y'all in the chat, please, if you're experiencing the things that I've been talking about, like, you know, more intensely and more frequently, then you might want to get yourself checked. Go get a professional. It really helps. I have ADHD and several other mental disorders, and I rely very heavily on medication. And that's your choice, you know. If it makes you functional to be on, it makes you more functional to be on medication, then, you know, that's your choice. Nobody should shame you for that. It's midnight where I live, so happy New Year's Eve. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be New Year's Eve later. I'm gonna go to my brother's house later. After this stream, I'm gonna go to his house to celebrate the New Year's with my family. Let's see. He also apologized way too much, even though they were at the wrong. I literally have to be his backbone and his hands. But then again, he's washed up, so I kinda understand why he don't want conflict. Yeah, I mean, those situations happen. I have to drive through 9-inch snow tomorrow. I only have 2 WD. 2-wheel drive, okay. Can you wish me luck? Also, I wish to stay warm. I work outside. Yeah, Chief Whitebird, I wish you luck in your driving, dude. That sounds like a really Herculean task, driving in 9 inches of snow. What the fuck? Stay safe out there and keep warm, okay? Anyway, your original is awesome. Instant ad in my work. Thank you so much. We work really hard on it. Well, I procrastinated a lot. Like, it took me 5 months to finish the song, but it was already finished. Actually, the draft was finished in July, but I didn't start recording like the real vocals, like my correct, what do you call this? Like my proper vocals, until like, well, I don't know, this month. Or was it actually last month, I guess. Because I kept on adding stuff. I kept on like changing things. And also because of anxiety. But now that that's all gone, like now that I've released my first song and it has like a generally positive review, positive feedback from you know, from y'all's, then, you know, I feel a lot more confident in like getting back in the studio again and just write stuff. Okay, let's see. Struggling with the grades and being compared to others, I feel that is the worst of having ADHD. Yeah, I mean, I'm so sorry that people are comparing. In an ideal society, we shouldn't be comparing. You know, that's like competition. Like, unnecessary competition sucks. You know, like, why would we have to compete with everything? It's not necessary. Sometimes you just want to like be with your people and just chill, you know, and vibe. Yeah, a fight, flight, and freeze. Yeah, that's true. The masculine urge to not go to therapy. Josh S. Yeah, that's true. God damn. Like, patriarchy really drilled that into your brains. That men are not supposed to show weakness, stuff like that. That's bullshit, man. That's just all a bunch of fucking bullshit. That's what drove a lot of men to suicide too. You know, like did you know that? Okay, trigger warning. Sorry about that. But like, I'm gonna talk about suicide. So, like the statistics for men like having the most successful suicide is higher than women. Because when men like decide to like, you know, kill themselves, they really intend to kill themselves because they really don't see any way out. Because they don't have any like outlet for their emotions. The only valid, I think, like, you know, I think a lot of people have already said this before, but like the only valid emotion that the only valid emotion that society expects from men is anger. It's like showing the aggressive male aggression, you know. If you're not aggressive enough, you're a pussy and stuff like that. That's such a bunch of bullshit. Don't subscribe to that shit. That also like going on to like very toxic masculinity. Masculinity is not in itself it's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just a thing in itself. Masculinity, femininity, whatever. It should just be neutral. But like when I say toxic masculinity, when all the emotion that you can show is aggression, you know, dude, you need to get some help. Get therapy, get well, get better. Treat the other people around you better. Treat yourself better. Kind of type of deal. This song made me cry. I cried a lot. That doesn't make me less of a man. Yeah, that's true. See, like even Victor Blackwood, aka Joe. He told me that he cried when he heard the song. Cause see, he was at the early premiere, and he heard the song last night. So he told me that he really cried a lot, and I appreciate that you were able to relate. Cause that's really the point of writing songs, right? What's the point of writing something if it doesn't, like, you know, tug at the heartstrings? I guess. Or at the very least, like, be relatable to some on a certain level. Because it's another form of self-expression, music, right? Isn't that why, you know, we're all like interested in music? Because like we kind of, you know, find some sort of like catharsis in listening and making music, right? That's why we're all here. Let the homies know that it's okay to seek help and go to therapy. Mental health is no joke, no matter your gender. Exactly, Bones Malone. Bones Malone. That's a really funny name, though. Okay. All right. Being in touch with my emotions is honestly one of my few blessings in life. That's good, Kuroka. And you said that you're an aspiring writer, like a songwriter, right? Like you definitely need to be in touch with your feelings in order for you to write like actually good lyrics. Check it out. Males struggling with mental health is actually more common than ever because they get told to show emotions, not to show emotions or worry about that kind of stuff. As yeah, exactly what I'm telling you. Like, patriarchy is hard on men too. It's not just on women. It's hard on everyone because it's like a very arbitrary sets of standards. Like, why is it bad to show emotions if you're a man? Like, isn't that part of being human? Like, not just like being a man or woman or whatever fucking gender you have. Like, it's the essence of being a human. Like, it's the essence of being a person, right? Having a fucking limbic system. Having like the brain structure that we have. We are wired to feel things. The fuck? We are social creatures. We need each other. And to like just promote this like a very like aggressive antisocial behavior is just totally goes against our nature. Right? So yeah, all of my dudes out there, if you feel your feels, feel your feels. You don't hide it, yo. You don't have to suffer in silence, you know. You're not less of a man if you feel things, you know. In fact, like you're more of a person if you show your feelings more, you know. Express them. Society puts a lot of pressure on men's mental health. But doctors are by and large not the same way. Some are bad apples, but usually not. Yeah, that's true. I can express every emotion except my anger. Well, you gotta dig deep. Just like Hayato, right? Like he rarely gets angry. I've never seen him angry ever. Like even the most stressful like situation, he never shows like he's angry. But that's what makes it a lot scarier when you like meet people who rarely get angry. When they get angry, they get really angry. But yeah. So yeah, like, you know, In order for you to write a good song, like he said, you gotta be in touch with your feelings. In Latino slang, we have a tongue-in-cheek slang term for toxic masculinity, macho. Oh yeah, we in Marxism too. We have this term called macho feudal, kind of like values. You know, like, oh, I'm a man, a big strong man, and you know, all the shit that goes with it. Feudalistic attitude. The very narrow, very strict gender roles. It's all bullshit, man. You don't have to adhere to all these things. Let's see. Music is the beeps and the boops. Yeah, that's true. My anger is my strongest emotion. I use it to good use in my training. Yeah, like anger, it's also very important to express healthy anger by not lashing out to other people, by, like, you know, writing a fucking angry song, writing an angry poem, or listening to like aggressive music, or going to the fucking gym. Like, you know, I do that too. I lift weights, and whenever I feel like really terrible, I just pick up some weights and put them down. And probably listen to like a bunch of metal while doing it, you know. It really helps. There are so many ways of like dealing with your anger in a healthy manner. It doesn't have to end up in a self-destructive way. Or like, you know, like you blowing off on other people and hurting others and wrecking your personal relationships. We all have a group cry session, yeah? Get those emotions out. Yeah, sure, you know what? If you want to cry on stream, you can cry on stream. Feel your feels, imps. Another thing I've seen in my group of friends is the lack of giving time for themselves and think you always have to be with someone because the dudes. But man, I sometimes want my own. Yeah, you know, like wanting your own time for yourself is very important, especially for creative people, you know. If you're a creative person, like, you really need that time for yourself. Don't be ashamed to like put up a boundary to your friends, like, hey dude, I can't do it. I need time for myself today. I'm sure it's gonna be fun, but I really need to recharge today. I'm gonna join you the next time. Stuff like that, you know. Just communicate yourself. Another thing I've seen in my group of I woken up and the first thing I see, notification that cult leader starts streaming. Awesome. Okay. One can definitely you can definitely relate to Hayato. Yeah, right. Yeah. He's a really he's a really good friend. We've been friends for a long time, so most of our jokes are jokes with like between us. So I hope that didn't like make you feel so left out. But yeah, that's just how we are. Well, how we talk on stream is how we talk in real life. So that's the thing. In person, rather. Personally, I don't feel afraid to show emotion, but I feel like I don't really have many times where I feel super emotional sad. Yeah, that's also fine. That means that you have a more regulated emotional state, right? And that's good. You don't have to be like, oh, super emotional every single time. But when you do, it is important that you express them. Because for me, personally too, I don't really feel a lot of sadness and like negative emotions every single time because I don't have any mental, like, I don't really have any recurring mental health issue. But when I do feel like in really difficult situations, I do express them all the time. Like, I really express them until it's out of my system. I've been showing a lot of aggression lately at work, and I'm not proud of it because I wasn't usually like this. Yeah, there's probably some internal issues too, right? And you're just lashing out at work. So warehouse rat, like, you should like probably ask yourself some questions. When it started happening, like how did it happen? Like when did it start to when did you start feeling like that? And what situations trigger you to feel like that? I feel some shame with my emotions. I do cry around people, but sometimes I do hold some tears or smile in because I don't want to deal with people thinking about me, even though they probably don't mind. Yeah, they don't want 99% of the time people don't really give a fuck. So just take that out of the equation and just like make yourself free. Just feel free, you know? The moment that you start thinking and feeling like, yeah, like, you know what, I don't give a fuck, like I can express myself like in this, I want to express my joy, I want to express my joy, happiness, my sadness, all that emotional stuff. Once you start caring about what others think of you, then it would, that's, you know, that's a really like a huge chip out of your shoulder, chip off of your shoulder rather. It takes the burden, you know. It just don't torture yourself that way. Like my civil teacher once said, real men also cry. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, remember that. Real men actually cry. Everyone cries. A real human being cries. Just not men. And I've noticed that when we apply a trait or attribute to females or males, we apply the opposite trait to. Yeah, it's so binary, and binary is bullshit, because there are non-binary people. Like, it's just so arbitrary, you know. You don't have to subscribe to that. Fuck that shit. Futakachi, go sleep. It's late. What do you mean? It's 2:30 p.m. in my time zone. I'm in Japan, dude. You go sleep. I kind of wanted to throw out some of my music, but I don't know where to begin anymore. Well, Zion Siren, you can like give me the you can go to my Discord and like share your music with the imps there. We have a lot. We have different music channels too. Music related channels. Here we go. Hold on. Let me just like pin this. I totally forgot about the Discord invite. Sorry about that, Avier. Yeah. Well, it's 2:30 p.m. for me. It's like the afternoon. I hold my anger in way too much. I am afraid of screaming at people, so I don't express it. You can just scream at songs, you know. You don't have to. You shouldn't scream at people. First of all, don't scream at people. Scream into the mic. That's the only way. The valid way of screaming at anything. Scream into the mic when you're like singing. Don't scream at people. My parents were always the ones I would feel most comfortable sharing my anger with. It's like I have nothing to prove to them. They already know I'm not an angel. But yeah, but also like don't be an asshole to your parents, dude. If they're being reasonable, don't be an asshole to them. Be a better version of yourself every day, or at least that's my mantra during meditation. Yeah. Like you know, you can only get better. You can always just you can only try to like becoming a better person than you are yesterday. Yeah, so definitely we're talking about like really sensitive issues right now. So like anyone who's gonna like post about like step on me bullshit right now, you're gonna get banned next time. Don't fucking test me, motherfucker. Let's see. Advance Happy New Year. Yeah, advance Happy New Year, everyone. It's gonna be like a couple of hours from my side of the planet. Music is an excellent way of getting your emotions out. Hey, I could share lyrics, but a lot of stuff is darker. I'm also on a heavy delay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could send your stuff in my Discord. there are so many like imps out there, like in the there are so many musically inclined imps in the Discord. So yeah, you should share. You can share that with everyone. It's been half a year, I think, when they keep adding responsibilities that I have to keep track on, and when 2 to 3 people start pestering me while I'm dealing with a long task, I start losing it. Yeah, I mean that sounds really tough. I hope you get it sorted out, and communicate yourself too. If you feel like you can't do everything by yourself, then why do it, right? Communicate to them. Like Hayato said, right? Like, communication is always the most important thing they could do. Just fucking communicate, man. Use your words. Like, it doesn't matter if you're like a musician or like whatever you do in life. You just have to, like, you need to hone it. You need to hone your communication skills. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, you're a social being. Like, you can take it from us. We're both of us are really extremely introverted people, but we picked up social skills along the way. And look at him. He's like a really a big promoter in Japan. And I'm VTubing. Well, in my head torturer job, I really have to like communicate with so many different people in all walks of life. So I also learned how to communicate with working with different people and different cultures and nationalities, stuff like that. When I felt anger, I've listened a lot of Slaughter to Prevail. After hours of listening, I felt so delighted. Yeah, I mean, you know, we have different ways of like dealing with things. Just make sure that it's not like a... Alright, so I got distracted with a really rude comment right there. You're fucking banned, dude. Fuck you. You're in a timeout forever. You're gonna be sent to the void. Fuck off, man. You are almost finishing the year and I haven't ended my... Yeah. I mean, you know, that's just how time zones work. Do you guys need the lyrics? Also, I totally forgot about it. Hold on. Yes, Deep Fried. I posted it in my Bandcamp. But if you want it on the YouTube video as well, like, well, you know, I can just post it again. The lyrics is, yeah. There you go. I post it on the video. I'm gonna put it in the description, so. Let me just, there we go. Okay. So now it's now there. If you want to see the lyrics, it's on like the video itself. Thanks for reminding me. I totally like didn't think about that. Broadening your horizon is one of the best possible things you can. Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Thank you for the stream. It's been lovely, and thanks for the new song. Everyone have a good day. Have a good day, Aiden. Have a good night, rather. I clean cafes at night, so I just vibe to music, no talking, just vibe. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Chief Whitebird, thank you. I love you, man. Okay. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks for all the love, motherfuckers. Equal shift. Good night, mana. Akeome. Akeome. Ah, Akeome. Okay, Akeome. Thanks for your part in our 2021. Aw. Thank you so much, people. Thank you so much, imps. I really feel the love. It's better to solve a problem than to try an outlet for yourself to the problem. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I mean, you know, we all have different ways of finding a solution. So, you know, just make sure that it doesn't hurt you and doesn't hurt other people. Wait, never mind. Someone was being sent to the void. Yeah, they're already to the void. Fuck off. That person can go fuck off. Let's see. Oh, wow. You're still yeah, I'm still streaming because, you know, we gotta keep the tradition of having 4 hours. Just kidding. No, we were just chatting now. I'm gonna have to end the stream too because, like, I need to get ready and go to my brother's house for the New Year's. Would you mind if I translate the lyrics to Spanish? Yeah, I mean, if you want to translate it to whatever language, you can do so. Please feel free to do so. If any of you want to translate my lyrics, please do it. Thank you. Well, kind of ironic that I forgot that because the topic of this... Yeah. Because I was, like, so, like, deep into the stream, like, I forgot that I actually have other tasks to do. I have a little bit of problem communicating because I am autistic because I try to eliminate the problem that's basic. That's also very different too. Like, I mean, I'm just speaking from the perspective of a neurotypical person. Like, I totally get it. If you're a neurodivergent person, if you have, like, if you're on the autism spectrum, I think, like, it's a lot more challenging to communicate yourself. But, you know, with proper help, I guess, like, you could still, like, communicate yourself with training and practice and, like, therapy. I believe that there's always a solution. So don't feel like, you know, you're, like, just because you have that condition, you're forever, like, doomed to be a certain way. I don't think so. There's always a way. I appreciate these sorts of chats. Actually, it was really nice. Thank you so much. All of you are still here since the beginning. Thank you so much. It really helps listening to your streams. I'm not good at communicating myself, so getting to listen to you talk and to you helps. Thanks, Mana. Oh, thank you so much. Like, I mean, you know, that's the point of me, like, being, like, very hands-on in my server as well. For the imps who are, like, a lot of them are really young, like, in their teens and stuff. So I try to, like, tell them to, like, practice communicating properly, like how they relate with other imps as well in the server. They're not allowed to just do whatever the fuck they want. They have to adhere to, like, you know, like, they had to actually, like, relate with others, not incentivize antisocial behaviors, you know. So yeah, if you want, like, you can actually, like, keep in touch with the imps. If you want to practice your social skills, you can practice it with the imps. They're really, like, a lot of them are really like, I think my fan base is starting to mature now. They're a lot more self-aware, and I think that they would be welcoming new people, you know, in the server at least. There are so many helpful imps in my server. So if you're ranting about something, if you're venting, we actually have a venting channel. You can vent in there and without anyone judging you. And some people will respond to you if you just want someone to, like, hear you out. Some people will respond because we support each other there. It's what a community is for, right? Like, why the fuck would you have a community and not have, like, a bond with each other? What's the point, right? That's weird. It just doesn't make sense to me. If you call it a community and you don't even, like, care about each other, why the fuck are you a community? Why do you call yourselves a community? That's not what a community is. Hey, Mana, is it okay if I can share my own lyrics to you and other imps on the... Of course! Like I said, Brandon, like, you can go to my Discord and then share your stuff there. Like a lot of them share their own music there. Like there are lots of like musically inclined people there. And you can even join like our projects. Like we have community projects. Right now we're working on the LIMP. L-I-M-P. The Lost Imp. What was that? The Lost Imp Music Project. It's kind of like I don't know, a B tier, a D tier. Not really, but a lot of people are really taking it seriously. So, you know, because it's music, it has to be taken seriously. But you know, we're just having fun there. Join the community projects if you want. If you want to practice your songwriting, you can join the community projects. Hey Mana, sorry, much love everyone. I like a good challenge. Yeah, why not? Hello Matrix! I love the new cover. It was so worth the wait. No, it wasn't a new cover, Matrix. It was an original song. But yeah, but thank you. I think you meant a new song. But yeah, it's an original song. This is my first time in one of your streams, and it has been a great time, even if the topic have been heavy. It's been a wonderful intro stream for me. I'm thankful that you find that helpful, Bones Malone, that you find it entertaining and helpful. This is a pretty good stream, and this has been enlightening. I'm glad, imps. Yeah, this is just like how I want to communicate with y'all. It's like I always want to like. I would rather talk to the imps than collaborate with like huge VTubers. Although those are nice, like those are nice things, and I don't discount them. But if I had to choose between like, you know, getting in touch with my imps and like, you know, like clout chasing, I would always choose being with my community. Always. Like we said, like you know, remember Hayato's label, Realizing Media, in DIY we trust, motherfuckers. That never changes. It's always in my core. I'm kind of antisocial because I'm okay with small group of people. Is it okay? I don't think you're antisocial. If you're okay with just a certain group of people, like with just small groups of people, I don't think you can call yourself antisocial. Antisocial completely means like you're hurting other people. Your behaviors hurt other people. That's antisocial. But I think you just want to say that you meant that you're more introverted. Like you have a limited social battery, that you can't like be in a big group, right? But that doesn't make you antisocial. You're probably just introverted. Let's see. Becoming a musician honestly really helped me build my communication skills for the past few years. So hopefully you can find something that will do the same for you too. Yeah, Ezekiel, that it really I met Hayato because of music. Exactly. I met some good friends exactly because of music. Friends that that you know, that would die for me, that I would die for. So yeah. Find your passion and then find the same people with the same level of passion. It's always interesting to listen to your streams. You're an uncommon VTuber, but in a good sense. I mean, I don't really know what the standard of VTubing streams are because I honestly do not watch other VTubers. I'm so sorry. Apart from Planya, I watch her streams sometimes. But oh yeah, Planya is like a Russian VTuber like who got in touch with me recently. Yeah, she's a really nice girl. She says she's been following my music, and I didn't know that, you know, she's been following me. So yeah, for her to reach out to me like that, I felt like, oh my god, thank you so much, Planya. I really like her. She's really sweet and very smart. So we yeah, yesterday we talked about like the history of like USSR and stuff like that. So yeah, the girl, she knows a lot about history. That's why we vibe. Let's see. Even though I have all notifications on, I rarely notice your streams going. Glad to be here today. Okay, thank you. I mean, YouTube does that too, though. Like, right? We are social creatures for a reason after. That is true. Yes, we are. Like you can only go, like you can only be by yourself for so long, but at the end of the day, you still need people in your life. It's always interesting. Oh, sorry. I think I lost my train of thought. I don't know if I've seen a more wholesome fan base than Imps. Thank you so much, Evelyn. You're part of that too. You're one of the people that makes the community a lot more wholesome. $100K mana for next year. I don't know. I'm not really concerned about like my subs anymore. Like I just want to put out music, and that's just what I'm gonna focus from now on. And also like occasional chatting streams and you know the usual stuff that I do. I shitpost and stuff. Like I'm not really changing anything anyway. Like I just found a more like hyper focus. I just found a more like deeper purpose in this stuff in my channel now. So that I want to make music. I want to keep on writing. Since I have like really supportive fan base like y'all. So you know, I just want to keep on getting better at writing. Hopefully I will get better at the end of the year. Isolation is actually pretty unhealthy to our body since we have adapted to survive by communicating and supporting each other. When you lack social interactions, your brain becomes more paranoid. That is true. That is why that is why do you think the worst isolation in prisons is self-isolation? Like the solitary confinement is the worst punishment that you can get in prisons, right? It will drive you fucking nuts. That's what they do in Guantanamo Bay. Like the torture site, right? They isolate people and they just put you in white torture, white lights, white background, no windows, no sunlight, no other people to talk to you. That will fucking drive you insane. That, yeah, like lack of social contact, even for the most introverted people. No, that's just not how humans work. Chief Whitebird, sorry I can't stay up and see your stream to the end. Good night and thanks for streaming. Good night. Thank you, Chief Whitebird, for tuning in. I'm just glad that people are like, you know, still here. Damn. Because I can talk for days. But yeah, I mean, I'm just talking to you all. I'm just chatting with you all at this point. Yeah. Holy cow, that is freaking amazing. You, Mana, are probably the first VTuber that I've seen that puts the community first. Thank you so much for this. Of course, like what is the fucking point of having a community if you don't treat it like one, right? Kinda thought the imp community were extroverted since they connected so well. Surprises me to see. Yeah, of course! So, like, I think almost everyone there are introverted. You'd be hardly pressed to find any extroverts there. I should mention that I was diagnosed with being on the autism spectrum as well, and also struggled with communicating and expressing myself for a long time. Music is just that powerful. Yeah, I'm so glad, Ezekiel, that you found how to navigate your situation with music. How to deal with your situation with music. It really does for everyone. It really does wonders for everyone. Expanding my boundaries will definitely be my New Year's resolution. I just want to be less social, to be specific. Yeah, just open, like don't of course you need to set your boundaries with people, right? Because, you know, if you don't have any boundaries, abusive people will pick up on that and will abuse you. But the thing is, like, you know, just don't be afraid to like reach out to other people who have the same interests as you. Because, you know, like 9 out of 10, they also do feel the same way as you. Like everybody's just struggling. You just need to connect, you know? That's just the first step. Connect. Communicate. Quality subs or quantity subs. Yeah, that's also true. Like because like my channel is like really like indie. I don't have any company backing, so like just getting to this number of subs as an indie is like really like mind-blowing for me. because I don't do any advertising, I don't do any all that kind of stuff. Like I don't have a manager, I just have friends. So like in order for me to like reach to this point, like damn, I'm just you know, it's all because of the imps. It's all because of y'all that are following me, that are supporting me. I could not have done any of this without you. Like the video, like I was able to pay for my music video because, you know, I was able to pay my mama fairly. Like she told me that it was really a big help for her. To like the payment was really a huge help for her, and that's because of y'all's, like in the memberships, the super chats. I was able to afford all of that and help someone like meet their financial needs or help them financially because of what you did, because of your continued support of me, you know. It's just a two-way street, like, you know, like you give me you finance me, and then I try to, like, you know, I try my best. Maybe, I don't know, if I'm really like giving, if all of if everything I'm doing is to your satisfaction, but I'm just gonna try, you know. It's a two-way street, mutual aid, I guess. You're helping me put out the stuff. It's easier for me to put out stuff because of the help that you've given me. I feel so happy you keep going with your project and stay strong. I really love what you've done from the start and how you've done. Thank you so much, Darkar. Okay. You're really the only streamer I watch live. Your personality and the community is a comforting thing to listen and to be a part of. I'm so glad that you feel that way, Serial Lord. Monetary isolation could be good, but too much would just make you insane. Yeah. I mean, solitary isolation, you mean? It's crazy to see someone so big who still has time to acknowledge everyone. Like, I'm not that big though. Like, I'm just like I don't know. I don't really feel like I'm anything. I don't feel that at all. Like, whenever I'm in the Discord, I just interact with my imps like on a regular, like, hello imps, bye imps. That's just the thing. And I joke with them sometimes, like I troll here and there, whatever. Like I get cheeky sometimes, but it's just like, you know, it's just like a normal banter that I do with my friends as well. You heard me like joke around with Hayato. That's just how I usually am. And that's how I usually am with my imps as well. So it doesn't... I can't act. I can't put up an act. It's just so difficult for me to put up an act. Because I can't act out of a paper bag, imps. It's just what you see is what you get, and that's it. If you like it or hate it, whatever. Take it as you... Take it or leave it. There's nothing else. This is the best that you can get, imps. Every day is waiting to be a domino effect with friendship. Someone you meet today or any could end up becoming a good friend. Never stop meeting people. That is true, Evelyn. Mana, you've helped thousands with your problems. With our problems. At the least we can do is support you. I don't know. I don't think I've helped anyone. I don't know. How can I help? I don't think I've actively helped anyone, like, apart from like just talking like this. Interacting. I don't know. You are giving back to us by being you. Thank you so much, Kuroka. Back in the summer, I was listening to your covers album every day. You've definitely influenced more than one of us. Thank you so much for really, like, just listening to me. I can't listen to myself. I really don't like listening to my own voice, but, like, yeah, thank you so much for doing that for me. But I would say, though, in my original song, since, like, I've never heard anyone else sing that song apart from me, so I kind of like it because I've never heard it before sung by other people. So in a way, like, yeah, I guess, like, I do kind of like my take on that song because I didn't have to learn it. I have to create it out of my own mind, out of my brain. I don't know, it came out of my brain. Spotify brought me here, and I'm glad it did. I'm looking forward to what else you'll do and have enjoyed the music you've put out so far. Thank you so much, Bones Malone. 500 IQ move, laundering the super chats with the Twitter artist community to avoid taxes. To be fair, I've already declared my taxes, okay, Deep Fried? I don't think I'm gonna get, like, I don't want to avoid taxes completely. Subscribe to Mana for Metal. Stayed for community and relationship between us and cult leader. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's always about the community. Like in the DIY scene, it's always about the community. And I want to bring the same kind of atmosphere in my fan base, like in my community. So I want to keep that same spirit alive because that's where my roots are. If I'm not gonna be true to my roots, then why the fuck am I doing this, right? I should just fucking graduate and just forget about all these things. I really love the fact that you take your time to read almost every message. Yeah, that's because, like, you know, it's just a chill chat today. Most of the time, like when I'm doing my karaoke like streams, I can't read everything, right? But now since we're just chatting, you know, I try my best to just read every comment, every chat. It's more fun to be an equal than to lord over everyone. That is true. That is essentially like the point of having this community. Like, I don't feel like I'm above the imps. Of course, like, I have to do moderating stuff because some of y'alls are just a handful, okay? Some of y'alls are just, I don't know. Sometimes you're just smooth brain like that. But, you know, it's not all the time. When things are like quiet and stuff, like when there are not so much to moderate, like especially now, it's really been peaceful this entire time. So I don't have to, like, you know, I don't have to, like, I don't think that I'm better than anyone else. I don't think that I'm below anyone else either. Like, I'm just, you know, we're all just equal. Like, I just feel like, you know, my imps and I are just homies, you know. We're just a big group of homies, you know. Just think of it that way. It's not just like, oh yeah, Mana is like the VTuber, is like putting, like, it's weird, like being put on a pedestal. Don't do that, please. Don't fucking do that with me. I really fucking hate that. So what I want y'all to, like, is just, like, you know, treat me like a normal person. Like, if you don't want to say something that you don't want to, if you don't want to say something to your homie, if you think like there's something that you want to say that you think that your homie would not, like, appreciate, then don't say that to me. Like fucking step on. Does anybody really here tell anyone straight to their face to step on them, right? That's really, like, weird and just disrespectful. So I want people to just treat me like a normal person, right? Just be chill, man. Fucking chill. Like, it might work on other VTubers, but it's not the way how I operate. So just a heads up, you know. If you don't want to get bonked and sent to the void, just be a fucking, you know, have some fucking chill, man. Chill the fuck out. That's essentially it. You've helped more people than you know by simply being yourself. Thank you so much, Evelyn. You're really, like, very nice. Very kind words. Thank you so much. What we see, what we get, and what we like. Okay. I mean, I'm glad that you like what you see or what you get. I don't know. Dude, I just cannot be anybody else other than myself. It's just so hard. I can't act. I can't do anything else. It's just me. It's fucking, this is it. This is the best that you can get. And it's all gonna go downhill from here. Just kidding. Well, I mean, you did give a lot of good advice. It's not like an advice. I don't think I give advice. I just say, I give suggestions, you know. But an advice is like me, like, oh yeah, you should do this. I don't do that. I would suggest things, but whatever you do with your life is ultimately your own decision, right? Decide for yourself and learn how to decide things for yourself. Even the talking and interacting helps a lot. Oishizo! Thank you so much. Oh, that is very helpful. Okay, very interesting. Mana, question. We will get more releases on Spotify in next year. Spotify helped me to find you. Maybe it will help to advertise more. I guess so. Like I'm still working out like how I'm gonna do my Spotify. Like I still haven't like checked it. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get onto it. Okay. Please be patient with me. I can't. Technology pisses me off so much, so I have to deal with it. You created essentially a safe heaven for me. I can't say anything on behalf of the other imps, but you have created this community. Be proud of that. Thank you so much. I mean, if you feel, I'm glad that you feel safe and comfortable here. That's like really my aim, or my, what do you call this? My agenda. That's really it. Like that's the point of me like having this community. Just people being comfortable and being their authentic selves. That's all I could ever ask for in a fan base. The covers are great, but you can really feel the extra passion in the original. Thank you so much, Matrix. Hey Mana, just curious, have you read a Murakami book before? Also, is it okay if I can recommend some books, fiction or not? Yeah, you can recommend the. I mean, haven't read like I'm not into like Murakami, but I'm pretty sure like that he's a good writer. I read his contemporaries though, like I forgot. I don't know. No, out the top of my head, I can't think of it. I like Soseki though, but he's not a contemporary of Murakami, I guess. I'm not sure. I like Natsume Soseki stuff. Like I Am a Cat. Yeah, so you can yeah, there we have a library, Brendan Eng. We have a library channel and you can recommend the books there. Go for it. And let's see. You're raw and I like them raw. Well, that's why I subscribe. Okay. Thanks so much. I need to sleep. Thank you for this amazing song. Have a great time with your family bringing in the new year. Thank you so much, Victor/Joe. Welcome home. Yeah. I mean, you know, like we're all like homies here. You know, feel free to like just hit me up, but don't ping me though, because you're gonna do penance in the Discord. Read the rules first. First of all, if you want to join the community, please read the rules, okay? Then we're gonna have like a smooth sailing time when you read the rules. You know the rules, and so do I. Yeah, anyway, imps, I haven't had my lunch yet, so it's already 3 p.m. here. So I think I'm good to go now. I guess. I'm almost gonna hit the 4-hour mark, but I don't think I can do it any longer. I need to eat soon. I haven't had breakfast and lunch, so yeah. I think I should eat now. Hey Mana, planning on making a full-length debut album/EP. I might make an EP. I'm not sure, but depends on my schedule though. Like, and also like, just really, it's there's so many factors to consider. But I will try to like put out at least an EP this year. I arrived late, but I just heard the song and had to say it was beautiful. Great job, Mana. Thank you, Matthew. I don't remember how I ended here, but I do remember watching always your releases, either cover and original. Thank you so much. All right, imps, I think I need to go. Like, yeah, this is it for the year-ender stream. I hope you liked my music, and I'm probably soon gonna put it on Spotify. But in the meantime, you can get my music for free, motherfuckers. You can get it on Bandcamp, and you can download all the wallpapers. Like, I think I put like 6 of the stills there. Go crazy on it. Like, yeah. And I'm gonna download more. I'm gonna buy more download slots so you can keep on downloading it for free. Oh, wow. There we go. I love Eureka. Thank you so much. You appeared again. Right when I had to end my stream. Thank you so much. I love Eureka7. I enjoyed hearing you speak your thoughts and meeting Imanishi Hayato. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm glad that you liked him because he's a really good friend of mine and he's really easy to work with. So yeah, like expect more songs from both of us. With his guidance, I think that I'm gonna be able to write more songs. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, so I think this is it for me. Later and Happy New Year, motherfucker!